Happy Veterans Day to all the men and women that have and served our great country. As we come to you on a Wednesday night for midweek action, it's college football on CBS Sports Network, proudly presented by Geico. It's a West Division battle between Eastern Michigan and Ball State here from Schumann Stadium in Muncie, Indiana. So good to see you. We'll be with you alongside, well, socially distanced from my broadcast partner, Ross Tucker. 7 years in the National Football League. My name is Ben Holden. It's great to be with you. Ross, both these teams beginning divisional play tonight after losses in week one. It's all about the next five.
Well, heartbreaking losses a week ago, but it doesn't matter because now it's just the MAC West, 5 in a row, the drive for 5. You win the next 5 games, you're going to Detroit.
Yep, you'll be in the MAC championship game in mid-December in Detroit. For Ball State, Drew Plitt, bad play late in the game, but Mike New told us he's going to come back strong, and it helps when you got this guy.
Well, Justin Hall is electric. Over 200 all-purpose yards. See the power at the end of that. I don't even know what this was right here, trying to hurdle a guy at 5'9". The thing you do know, though, is he has speed to burn. They're going to try to get the ball to number 11 early and often.
Well, we'll shift our attention now to Eastern Michigan, and Chris Creighton now in his 7th season. I mean, he's done miracle work in Ypsilanti, Michigan. This program, they talked about shutting it down some years ago. He's led them to 3 bowl games, made them a factor again in the MAC. But tonight, if they're going to win, they're going to have to do it without 3 key pieces.
Yeah, they have their work cut out for him. Darius Boone had those 68 yards on only 9 carries last week. Hassan Badoun had 9 catches for 113 yards in the bowl game as well. And then Dylan Drummond had a great game against these Ball State Cardinals last week. Brutal losses for Eastern Michigan tonight.
Yep, Dylan Drummond is missing his 2nd game this season, was out in that game at Kent State last week. And the weather, this is football weather, isn't it, Ross? 39 and clear, a little light wind out there. You like playing in this kind of ball?
It was 70 yesterday. I mean, it dropped 30 degrees.
It was 70 Monday and Tuesday when we got into town. So there are fans here tonight. 500 tickets for students were available. Now here's the other part of this. Each team, each player gets 4 tickets. The band, the cheer, and the dance teams, they each get 2 for the Ball State side. There's, of course, no traveling for the Eastern Michigan band or their cheer and dance teams as well. So there will be some fans here tonight. This is the home opener for Ball State, having played last week in Oxford, Ohio. And you were on the call that game, and it was a tough one for the Cardinals to lose.
Absolutely devastating. I thought they had the better of the action for a good part of that game. Ben, they had the ball 31-31 with a chance to go and get a game-winning score. An unfortunate interception by Drew Plitt enabled Miami to get a huge win last week in Oxford.
Yep, it was a huge one. Miami losing last night against Buffalo. All about the West Division here tonight. Eastern won the toss. They deferred. It'll be sent deep to Ball State. And the football game is underway here from Schumann Stadium. This is Justin Hall. Justin Hall with a big hole and a good return for Hall. And the kicker has to finally get to him as he took it out close to the 40-yard line. He can do it in a variety of ways, whether it's return, running, or receiving.
Yeah, that guy's going to be an NFL player.
Yeah.
He leads all of FBS with 212 receptions. He is going to go to the NFL.
So Drew Plitt, he's their guy. He's the leader of their team. 309 last week. We touched on the late interception. What were your takeaways on him?
Overall, I thought he showed very good command, as you would expect from a 5th-year senior. Played well, just had that critical error late, which was really a terrific play by Ryan McWood, the linebacker for Miami.
Miami won it with their 4th-string running back, but that one has been flushed, and the pass is complete. And Vines on the stop there on Justin Hall. The Eagles coming out flying, pun intended. And they look good on play number 1. 4-yard pickup for Hall as they go fast here. Out of the gun. This is Huntley. Guy in the backfield with some power, and he has done some really good things in his career. 8 100-yard games in his last 9 for Caleb Huntley.
Yeah, you see Antoine Davis had a huge game last week as well. He went over 100 yards. He and Justin Hall.
Here they go again. Huntley tripped up over the midfield line, but he's able to get enough to pick up the first down. Terry Myrick, who normally wears number 32, is wearing 0 tonight. One of many things Chris Creighton has added in his program. That's for their hard hat player of the week. They switch it every single week. And that's a hard hat run right there by Huntley. Takes a beating there, able to pick up a good amount there on the first down. And there's a good look at Myrick.
Well, Myrick can wear whatever jersey he wants and keeps playing like this so far this year. I mean, he had a team-high 10 tackles last week, 89 a year ago. His defensive coordinator, Neil Nethery, called him twitchy, which means he's explosive.
Had 7 tackles last year when these two teams met. Caught on the near side at the 40-yard line. The catch is made by Antoine Davis, and they'll move the chains again.
Really nice mix of play calling so far here from Mike New and the Ball State Cardinals. They're running Huntley up the middle and then getting the ball on the perimeter right now. You see New, the former MAC Player of the Year, MAC champion, really I think has this program here in year 5 where he wants it to be.
On 1st and 10. Play fake from Plitt. He's going to take a shot down the middle. Got a man caught. Touchdown! Justin Hall. What a ball delivered by Plitt. There is a flag down back at the 42-yard line, and it's coming back.
Wow. You know, you don't often see holding penalties on a play-action pass like that because the defense is playing run.
Holding. Offense, number 62. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Veteran referee tonight is Greg Sujak, and the penalty was on Curtis Blackwell.
And that's their best offensive lineman, Curtis Blackwell. So one of the reasons why you do play action is because, watch Blackwell right here. Let's see what he does. So they fake the run, inside move. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the left hand up by the throat a little bit for half a second, but to me, that's a play on right there. I don't think he really restricted a whole lot of movement with that inside left hand. You know my philosophy, Ben. When in doubt, don't throw the flag. I mean, that was not a blatant hold. That was not an egregious hold. That was highly questionable. Disappointing.
Will Jones in the backfield here. Good stop made there by Myrick. Duran Rush in there as well. He had a good game last week, did Rush. So 2nd down upcoming here. It was 1st and 20 after the penalty.
You know, it's interesting. We talked with Kevin Lynch, the offensive coordinator for Ball State, and he said one of the things they were really happy about is they only had 1 penalty last week.
Yeah.
Well, now they already have 1 penalty, and it's a huge one, even though I think it was a poor call.
Yeah, huge one indeed. Took 6 off the board. 2nd and 22 now. Huntley back in there. A couple of shakes and bakes there. And he gets it to the 42-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and long here for Drew Plitt and the Ball State offense.
Boy, watch the cutback here. Right when he comes in here, he's going to go in between the center and the left guard. There was a lot of room. Right there, cut back to the left. There would have been a lot of room for Huntley.
Last week, Ball State 9 out of 15 on 3rd down. Pressure coming. Plitt downfield and short. Did not get it there inside of the 20-yard line. So it brings up 4th and 18 here, and the punt group will come on for Mike New's Cardinals.
Boy, that is tough, Ben. You call the perfect play call, the play action pass, you hit the deep post to Justin Hall, and you have an unfortunate penalty like that. At least they can hopefully, if you're Ball State, pin Eastern Michigan deep now.
So Snyder on. 43.7 per punt in just the 1 game. Did a good job flipping the field a couple of times last week, and this will be fair caught at the 12-yard line. We'll get a look at Eastern Michigan on offense when we come back after a 30-yard punt. No score early on here in Muncie. 11:50 to go here in the opening quarter. Chris Creighton there. He's got the shield on, opting to go with that for Eastern Michigan. Your keys to the game tonight, Ross?
Well, they're going to try to contain Caleb Huntley and the Ball State run game and win the kicking game. That's something Chris Creighton takes very seriously. For Ball State, it's been well documented their late game 1-score losses, and get Justin Hall the ball. So far, so good. They just had that, I think, suspect penalty that took the touchdown off the board.
Well said. Preston Hutchinson making just his 3rd career start. He was electric in their game last season against Western Michigan. This is what he did in his first start here in 2020 against Kent State last week.
He's got the Teddy Bridgewater double gloves going.
Sure does. Samson Evans is the running back, and he'll dump it off here to the tight end, Odukoya. And they are without Darius Boone, their starting running back. They are without Hassan Badoon, their top wideout so far, and Dylan Drummond as well.
Odukoya is an absolute stud. 6'6", 260. He's from the Netherlands, and he's a guy that's going to get a shot at the next level. 2 touchdowns last week.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns, 8 yards, about 24 feet of receptions, but they were awful big as Eastern Michigan was trying to come back in that game, and that is Bryson Cannon, another one of their tight ends there. Ball State defensively, there is Bryce Cosby, the boss they call him, leading the back end there for their squad, and Albright, they're both great.
Albright, 24.5 career tackles for loss. That's second in the MAC.
A veteran group Ball State has this season. Seniors and transfers and grad students all over their roster. They've got a lot of experience, but Mike New and his guys know they got to put it together. Good fake there. Hutchinson spins, and he was knocked down by Jalen Thomas there. But they will move the chains, and Eastern Michigan, after an 8-yard gain, keeps the drive alive.
How about the wiggle on Williams? Watch Hutchinson, he pulls it. That's the right read. Look, whoa, just a little bit there. I didn't know Hutchinson had it in him. He's making Jordan Williams look bad there in open space. They're going to need that from him tonight with all these skill guys injured.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That is Canoe, the former high school teammate in motion of the quarterback, Preston Hutchinson. They give it off to Samson Evans there. Iowa transfer, didn't play at Iowa last year. Brandon Martin on the stop for Ball State. So last year, what Chris Creighton had, he had Shaq Van, graduated at running back. He had Blake Banham, graduated. And he had Willie Parker, who opted out this year. They are very thin at that aspect of their lineup.
One of the most inexperienced running back cores in the country.
Yeah.
And then Darius Boone gets hurt last week.
Yep. He got hurt early in the game, came back in, was hurt again in the third quarter, and we never saw him again. Hutchinson dumps it off here. Catches made a ton of room inside of the 20-yard line. Cannon with his second grab of the night sets him up. The tight end stepping up here.
This was an issue for Ball State last week. They come downhill against play action. Watch the linebackers. He's going to go in motion, right here in motion.
And they go fast, a gain of 37, and Evans puts his head down and takes it down near the goal line. So the young man who started his career in Iowa looking pretty good here so far in this drive for Eastern Michigan. So first and goal here on the opening possession for Eastern Michigan. Our Red Zone tonight is brought to you by Verizon. Sampson to the right of the quarterback, Hutchinson. Hutchinson gonna keep it, trying to get in, it does! Eastern Michigan, they come up with the first points of the ball game tonight on a very good looking drive, capped off by their quarterback with a short touchdown run.
Without their starting running back and 2 starting wide receivers, it doesn't matter. Quarterback power there. Nice job by the left guard, Sidney Sow, and Samson Evans with the blocks, the point of attack. That was easy.
Sure was. Just joining us, Justin Hall caught a beautiful pass from Drew Plitt for Ball State. Was called back due to a hold. Eastern Michigan forces the punt. They march right down the field here on the road. 7 plays, 80 yards, took 2:51. And now Chad Ryland is on to try to make it a 7-0 lead for the road team from Ypsilanti, Michigan. That operation perfect. And it's a 7-0 lead with 8:59 to go in the opening quarter. Preston Hutchinson, impressive on the opening drive, Ross.
He absolutely was. Did it with his arm and finished it off with his legs.
I've been given College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Ram, built to serve. And by 5 Hour Energy. Get it done.
Well, you got to love that kind of spirit, Ross. The mascot playing along with the COVID safety rules as well. That's going to get all kinds of play.
That is well done right there.
It really is. 7-0, the road team on top here. Just inside of 9 to go in the opening quarter. 7 plays, 88 yards, 251 it took Eastern Michigan to score.
Who needs your starting receivers and running back, I guess, huh?
Apparently they don't.
That was really impressive. And sometimes that happens, right? Sometimes
Yeah.
you're missing some of your key guys, but the backups come in and they want to make a name for themselves.
It's their opportunity to try and shine, and they've done so. Bryson Cannon did on a 37-yard reception from Hutchinson on that drive.
Yeah, I love the design here, and this is something that hurt Ball State a lot. Watch Bryson Cannon come in motion and then just trickle out underneath the linebackers. The play action is going to get them to bite on this. Watch, play action, linebackers get out of there, they totally drop them. Totally drop. And it looked to me like they were in man coverage, so whoever had them just totally dropped the coverage. A major issue for Ball State defensively last week was the linebackers against play action.
So here come the Cardinals again, and a big pickup, and down the sideline, Justin Hall, inside of Eastern Michigan territory, forced out of bounds at the 41-yard line. He can do a little bit of everything, and he's really good at all those things.
This guy is electric. I mean, they try to give him the ball as much as they can, and they should. He'll come in motion from the right, little jet sweep, gets the ball quickly, gets 2 nice blocks on the perimeter.
Now they go back to the ground game, and Caleb Huntley, the senior out of Atlanta. 9 touchdowns in his last 5 games, 2 in the loss last week in Oxford. He had 130 yards in that contest. Picked up 4 on first down. They're going to feed the beast again, and going to set up a 3rd and about 3 coming up for Ball State here.
Important to note, at about the 34-yard line, Ben, this is probably 4-down territory. They do have a little bit of wind blowing towards them, so you got to know that before the play call here, because you really have potentially 2 downs to get these 3 yards.
Yeah, that wind is coming out of the north. Here's number 2 trying to get what they call the long 2, and he's trying to use the body. I think he's a little shy, but we'll see as Clay Holford made the tackle. Let's take a look back at this to see.
They gave him the first down without even measuring.
They did?
They gave him, it's just inside zone. He has to cut it back. He just keeps driving
Timeout
those
for
legs.
injured player on the offense.
Somebody's down, though, at the tail end of the play.
For Ball State as they tend to him. They're already without Caleb Slavin tonight. Anthony Todd is the injured one there. He's their center.
Yeah, they're not really deep along the offensive line. All of the backups up front are freshmen. Some redshirt freshmen, but they're all freshmen, and you hope Todd's okay. He's a 5th-year senior, hasn't really gotten a chance to start until now. He's a local kid from Muncie. Ball State football's important to him, and he really was working 5 years to get this opportunity this year, so let's hope it's nothing serious.
Yep, and you saw Ethan Crow, number 54, the freshman. You said they're young. They have so much depth, but that is the one area. They're very young all the way across the board, either freshmen or redshirt freshmen. All 5 of the young men that play on that offensive front. There's Anthony Todd getting helped up, and as Ross said, you hope he's all right and it's nothing serious. Take us through it. Take us through this, Ross.
Yeah, watch 72 right in the middle of, he's still driving, pushing, and he just kind of falls down at the tail end of it. See if anybody gets down. Yeah, looks like on that right ankle and leg. I think a bunch of people fell down on it. Think about this drop off, by the way. You're going from a 5th-year senior to now a true freshman.
Yep.
In Ethan Crow. Welcome to Big Boy Division I football, Ethan. This is his first snap, first time at this level. Nationally televised action. We'll see if the young man's ready to roll.
As Drew Plitt under center, Will Jones the back. Instead they give it to Hall. They like that jet sweep with him. Good tackle made there by Teron Rush, who had a big game last week in their loss against Kent State.
Two things I really like about those jet sweeps to Justin Hall. Number one, even when it's not a big gain, he still gets 5 yards. Number two, you really stretch the defense laterally, horizontally. You get them running, then you're going to be able to run the inside zone off of it going the other direction.
Entered the game 37 straight games with a catch. Number one in the country. He's had a catch in every single one of his games. This guy on my all-name team, Johannes Tyler, with a grab.
Yeah, Johannes Tyler, it's just a back shoulder throw. Maybe a little bit of a push off there, but they were both kind of grabbing a little bit. That is one of the toughest plays to defend in football, because if you get a step on the corner, they're throwing it over the top. If he's even, they're probably going to throw the back shoulder throw. Man-to-man coverage, that is so difficult for those isolated corners.
16-yard pickup. Back to the ground game. Huntley bouncing off of bodies, and a good pickup to get him down to about the 7-yard line. Our red zone tonight is brought to you by our good friends at Verizon, and what the Cardinals did last week, 3 trips and a couple of touchdowns.
Right, but what you see there is they had one trip where they got a goose egg, which Mike New said that just can't happen. So far, so good, by the way, with the Ethan Crow snap. Sometimes you worry about the quarterback-center exchange with the shotgun snaps with a new center.
This is Huntley, Caleb Huntley into the end zone. The Cardinals punch it in for the score, and their veteran back, their power guy, just drove that one home. And we're a point away from a tie game here after a 7-yard touchdown run.
Watch the tight end and left tackle here. They're going to get good blocks and stretch everything, and then Huntley goes right off it. Nice job. Look at the fullback downfield. Awesome job. That was my guy last week, Cody Rudy. The 5th-year senior fullback driving his guy into the end zone.
So Jack Knight, the redshirt freshman out of Noblesville, Indiana, tacks on the point after. Caleb Huntley, 10 touchdowns now in his last 6 games, capping an 8-play, 75-yard drive. A little more than halfway through the opening quarter, each team with a touchdown so far. Caleb Huntley, a 7-yarder just before our last break to help even the score here in this MAC West battle here tonight. This week's AP Top 10 is powered by Ram Trucks. So number 1 Alabama, they were supposed to play LSU, postponed due to COVID.
Those hurt, man.
Yeah.
Those hurt quite a bit.
Ohio State, Maryland canceled due to COVID. Clemson, they're off. They get Trevor Lawrence back next game because he was out because of COVID. And the rest of the top 10, Cincinnati 6-0 on the season. Love the job Luke Fickell's done there.
They are as legit
they are.
Really, they are. I think BYU is. If ever there was a year for a group of 5 team to make the college football playoff, I think those 2 teams have an excellent chance.
I'm right there with you. So this one tied up. MAC West battle here. Wednesday night action. Ross Tucker, Ben Holden with you. All of our crew fielded at the 15-yard line. Nice spin there on the return by Keon Williams. He's a speedster and a very good weapon for them. So Preston Hutchinson, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season, would cap this drive that was well done.
It started with a little Hutchinson wiggle right here. Woo, in the open field. I didn't know he had it in him. Then he tried to finish with a spin. Beautiful disguise on the play action pass to Cannon underneath. And then they fake the jet sweep. Hutchinson plows through. Very impressive initial drive by the Eagles.
His 2nd rushing touchdown of this young MAC season. They just started last week. It was back in the first day of the 2nd week of August that the MAC came out and said, we're not going to play. It was a couple of days later the Big Ten did. It is good to see these teams playing again. They're doing it right, doing it safely. On the carry there was Samson Evans, getting the starting nod tonight for the injured Darius Boone Jr. We will likely see a little bit of DJ Smith mixed in as well. He's another freshman. Evans, a junior, the transfer from Iowa. Gain of 6 there.
They've had success with Iowa transfers. Remember Tyler Wiegers, the quarterback a couple years ago?
Absolutely, I remember him. Yep, they have. Well, Matt, I'll go back even further. Back before you and I knew who each other were, Matt Bonet was a young man I covered in Grand Ledge, Michigan. Went to Iowa, came in, had a great career. So you're right. 2nd and 4.
4 receivers to the left.
Yep. Hutchinson gets away, now sees some real estate and slides in right down at the, they're going to spot him down at the 48, but it is a first down for Eastern Michigan. Donnellan there helping out his quarterback. Donnellan, a senior out of Ypsilanti. Chris Creighton telling us in our conversation with him on Monday, he said he's our fire, and they're glad to have him in there for the first time here in 2020. Didn't play at Kent State. Samson Evans left side. Defender came right off of the block and basically forced Evans out of bounds, but another good pickup for the Iowa transfer, who's off to a really good start here in his first live action in quite some time.
Yeah, listen, this is an opportunity. Watch them pull both guards. They're going to get him out in front. Watch this. Both guards get out there. City Sal gets a block, and Evans is running hard.
Sure is.
Every injury represents an opportunity for somebody else, and Samson Evans trying to make the most of it right now.
Seizing the moment. Hutchinson, quick throw, finds Canoe. The two were teammates in high school. Mason, Ohio. They went to Mason High School as Tanner Canoe, the sophomore, Hutchinson, the junior.
It's 2 weeks in a row. Last week it was A.J. Mayer and Cold Iron, the tight end for Miami, that were high school teammates.
It's a tangled web football,
look
right?
At Chris Creighton, he's got the Andy Reid going
on
there.
He's the windshield wiper on that thing.
That's only going to get worse, Coach.
We asked Mike New about that. He's going with the gator, as they call him. He said, I didn't want to worry about it fogging up. Good throw, past the sticks, catch is made. And it is Bryson Cannon who's having a night here so far. First down, Eastern Michigan.
Let's make sure he got a foot in there. Looked pretty clean at first glance. Catches it.
Oh, yeah.
He got both feet in.
Good on Sunday.
You know, the ball was moving a little bit, but that's a catch.
15-yard pickup.
You know, we start to go super slow-mo and psychoanalyze every
play.
He caught the ball.
Yes, he caught it. Hutchinson off to a great start, 5 for 5 for 82. Here's Evans. He is finding space between guards, tackles, the center. He's doing the job. Good pickup there inside of the 20 to get him into the red zone, gain of 7.
It's got to be nice for them to have Jake Donnellan back in the lineup. Watch this. This is power up into the hole. Look for the linebacker. Pulls around. Where's the linebacker? Boom! Right there in the hole. That is beautiful. You want to be tight to the down blocks because that's how the linebacker's going to come and attack it. That was the key block to get a nice 5-yard chunk on first down.
2nd and 5. Inside of 3 to play in the quarter. This is Smith, a freshman out of Dallas, Texas. Got to Eastern Michigan in January. They like his upside. He's young. Had 8 carries for just 5 yards in their opener against Kent State.
Ben, check this out. They're going to pull both tackles and the center. Look at that, 3 offensive linemen pulling. I don't know that I've ever seen that before.
Ever?
I mean, 3 linemen. There aren't plays where 3 linemen pull. The center and both tackles pulled on that play. That's a unique scheme, to say the least.
3rd and 4. The Eagles were just a skosh under 40% last season. Pressure coming. Hutchinson gets rid of it. It's caught. Broken tackle, and it's a first down for Eastern Michigan as they continue to look sharp here as Aaron Jackson made the catch for the first down.
Boy, Hutchinson's feeling it right now.
Yeah.
That blitz came right up in his grill. He knew exactly where he wanted to get rid of the football. That was so well done. Knew it to get it right to Jackson as the blitzer hit him right in the mouth.
So 1st and goal here for Eastern Michigan. Their first possession, 7 plays and 88 yards. Capped by that young man on a 1-yard TD run.
This was Odakoya time last week.
It was.
Number 2, the tight end in the slot to the left.
This time it's DJ Smith, and he's not going anywhere as Bryce Cosby and company step up and make a nice play. Cosby, a good-looking player. Big play there on him in the defense.
Well, he had 37 starts in his Ball State career. They call him the boss.
That's right.
He got kicked out of the last game for targeting. And it really hurt them.
Yep.
Because he's the guy that makes all the calls on the back end.
5 tackles a season ago when these two teams met in Ypsilanti, Michigan. 2nd and goal. Samson Evans He's the deep back. Hutchinson looking in the air. Checks off. Sampson almost caught it with one hand, but it comes up incomplete. And you'll have 3rd and goal coming with 49 seconds left in the quarter.
So it's really just kind of an option route for Samson Evans out of the backfield. You'll see Hutchinson puts it, only able to get one hand out there, not able to bring it in. Could have been a better pass from Hutchinson, but I'm just confident Evans will say he should have caught it. They're getting the pistol set again. Creighton wants a timeout.
He sure does. They'll take his first of the game.
Charge timeout.
So the
Eastern
Eagles
Michigan.
will talk things
They're
over.
first.
And
There will
while
also
they
be
do
a media
that,
timeout.
we'll step aside as well here in Muncie, Indiana. Less than a minute remaining here in the opening quarter. About 1,500 fans on hand here tonight for Eastern Michigan and Ball State. Tomorrow at 7 Eastern, the World Grand Prix is back as world champion Patricio Pitbull defends his title against Pedro Cavallo. It's Bellator right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports, and it's 3rd and goal, so this may resemble an MMA fight here on this 3rd and goal here, Ross.
Yeah, and anytime you go into an empty set, I always wonder about a quarterback run here or quarterback mobility, because they'll end up being so spread out of this formation. 10 yards, though, would be a pretty long way to go for Hutchinson.
Eagles 1 for 1 on 3rd down thus far. Hutchinson going to the corner, got a man, and it is caught. Touchdown, and Cannon continues to play like he's been shot out of one. What a game for Bryson Cannon so far. 2 possessions and 2 touchdowns for Hutchinson in Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, slot fade. You see this all the time. These guys both in breaking routes, slot fade to the guy underneath. He's got the big body. It's so tough. I mean, because Cosby's the safety. He's thinking it might be a slant or an in-breaking route, and then to try to break off and make a play there, that is very, very difficult. That's almost the go-to red zone play now for a lot of teams at every level, is the slot fade.
Ryland is perfect. 14-7. 11 plays, 64 yards, took 5-16. Bryson Cannon, Ross, 4 catches, 67 in this beauty.
Yeah, he has been on fire. A little flag route from the slot. Fire those cannons, says Bryson Cannon.
Seven-point lead for the visitors from Ypsilanti, Michigan. Eastern Michigan here. MAC-West battle here tonight. Ball State getting it back here with 43 ticks of the clock to go in the opening quarter. Preston Hutchinson looking good so far running this Eastern Michigan offense. Of course, they had a guy they had for a couple of years in Mike Glass last year, and Chris Creighton, he calls their stadium the factory, and he just keeps turning guys out. This program in the last 5-6 years he has had great success with, and he just continues to find a way to make his teams competitive and play well.
Well, for people that haven't paid attention, it's remarkable what he's done. I mean, they had one non-losing season from 1996 to 2015. They went 6-6 in 2011.
Yep.
And now they've been to a bowl game 3 out of the last 4 years.
Yep. After Charlie Batch left, things went south. So here's Drew Plitt coming back on with 43 seconds to play in the quarter. Last drive, they scored a touchdown. They thought they scored on the opening possession, but a penalty negated that. And Caleb Huntley capped off the last drive with a 7-yard TD run. He was big on that drive for him. They mixed in a little bit of run and a little bit of pass.
How do they get the glitter on the helmets? Seems like every helmet now, a lot of these helmets, they have like that shine glitter on them.
Not sure, but Huntley's going to have a few scars on his by the end of the night. You can be sure of that. He's tripped up here after a 9-yard pickup on first down.
They are running the ball very effectively. I'm a big fan of Huntley. You see the numbers. I mean, unbelievable what he's been able to do. 5'10", 230, and he runs like it.
Anthony Todd, the center, is back in for Ball State as Caleb Huntley gets the first down. So their senior center back in. There he is. As the freshman came in Ethan Crow and did a nice job on their touchdown drive. That's going to be it. That'll be the final play of the opening quarter here. MAC-West battle between Eastern Michigan and Ball State. 14-7, Eastern Michigan on top. And we'll step aside. 5 games left in the MAC regular season. Both teams selling out, playing hard. That's the end of the first quarter. You're watching college football right here on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico. Start of the second quarter here from Schumann Stadium in Muncie, Indiana. Eastern Michigan on the road taking on Ball State. So that is the long snapper, freshman out of Indianapolis, Peyton Knight. He has that wrench. The thing weighs about 50 pounds.
Hold on a second. Is that like a reward or punishment? he's got to hold the wrench the whole game? I mean,
I don't think it's punishment.
Well, I don't think it's a reward.
Well, we're caught in the middle then. First play of the second quarter. It's just one of the traditions that Chris Creighton has instilled, and you know, it's a big honor to carry that thing out to start the game. As Huntley with the 15th run of the night, just 4 passes.
That's an honor right there.
Yes, that's an honor. That's like a badge of honor.
He has to hold that the whole game.
I don't know about holding it the whole game. I mean, usually what I've seen him do is Huntley goes left side on another big run, and he gets close to 20 on it. But yeah, they come out when they're at home. They break down the cinder block wall in the factory, and Huntley was doing a little bit of that here himself.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great run by Huntley, but I'm infatuated now with the wrench. He's got to hold the wrench the whole game.
Back out live after a 13-yard pickup. Deep shot, and flag comes out. It'll be pass interference as they look deep downfield there, trying to get it into the hands of Johannes Tyler, as Freddie McGee III was on the coverage and likely guilty of PI.
Pass interference, defense, number 7. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. 1st and 10. Officials timeout for an injured player on the defense.
You'll see the ball ends up being thrown a little bit behind. And as Johannes Taylor slows down to try to get it, Freddie McGee never turns around, kind of gives him an arm bar. I don't think people watching realize how hard that is as you see Jordan Crawford, 6'1", 350-pound junior from Houston, walking off. But, you know, when you watch that on TV, you think, why doesn't he just turn the ball around, turn around? Why does he make a play on the football? Because it's hard to be running full speed, stride for stride with a guy, and then contort your body around and make a play on the football. It's what needs to be done, but if it was easy, everybody could do it.
Right. So Huntley to the right of Plitt. Opening minute here of quarter number 2.
Both teams making adjustments here.
Plitt looking at Tyler again. It's intercepted, and a ton of real estate back the other way for Eastern Michigan. Over the midfield stripe, still on his feet. And it is LaFleur with it. He had a pick in week 1. There's a flag down back at the 32-yard line. LaFleur took one back 43 yards last week, and he has come up big again.
The ruling on the field is of an interception. During the return, illegal block in the back, intercepting team number 92. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. They keep the ball, 1st and 10.
So the penalty on Alex Merritt, but Noski LaFleur with his 3rd career pick.
Yeah, watch, he's just playing back here. It looks like it's quarters coverage, which is going to be 4 deep players. So we'll see what happens. He is the deep safety to that side, and this ball just hung in the air forever. It's a stop and go, but that ball was in the air a long time. And against having a deep safety there, that's a poor decision and a bad throw by Drew Plitt. That's a double whammy, and that's how you get interception like that.
So Noski LaFleur, his full name is Alvin Noski, but goes by Noski with a huge play.
I mean, that ball felt like it was hanging in the air a while. It felt like that was an easy pick for LaFleur.
So Eastern Michigan on top by 7. with it inside of Ball State territory from the 45. Hutchinson, a little pump fake. He'll take a shot far side, and it's incomplete. Looking over there for Canoe. Could not come up with a grab.
A lot of contact there. Antonio Phillips was all over Canoe. He's a very physical corner. Got called for a couple holds and pass interference last week. Top of your screen. I'm good with the no call there. It looked like his right hand might have been tugging a little bit, but when in doubt, don't throw it.
Hutchinson, ton of room, and he'll set him up nicely here for 3rd and short. Tackle made by Jalen Thomas.
Very likely 4-down territory here. They don't have to run it. In fact, this would be a great down for a play-action pass because you know Ball State's going to be thinking, here comes Samson Evans and a run.
Eagles trying for a trifecta here. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. 3rd and 2, what do you think, Ross?
Eastern Michigan does so much out of the pistol because it gives you the freedom to run those read plays either way.
This is Evans, and Evans trying to get the tough yards. They're going to spot him short. So he's going to be a little less than a yard short. Do they kick or do they just line up and try to power this thing?
I think they'll go again. It felt like they blew that dead a little early to me. I didn't see him go down. And Creighton's fog level is getting almost unbearable.
So they're lining up on 4th and a yard here.
He's got quarterback sneak posture.
And he's going to pitch it. Evans.
Ooh. I don't think he got there.
He needed the 35. Bryce Cosby made the stop.
I think he's short.
So does
What
Ball
a
State.
play.
Yep, big time play by Cosby. His 7th tackle of the night. We're early in quarter 2.
Timeout for measurement.
Cue the jeopardy.
Yeah, it looks to me like it's right on the line. I mean, they started at the 45. It looks like it's right on the 35, and he didn't get there. What a play in the open field against the option. Just based on Hutchinson's foot being back, I thought he was going to try to plow forward for a quarterback sneak.
And it looks to me like they're short.
Wow.
That much.
Wow.
What a
play.
stop. And I know how much of a fan you are of the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, I think it's the best short yardage play in football. Although option's not too bad either. Man, oh man, Ben, did Ball State need that?
They certainly did. Eastern Michigan, first 2 possessions,
timeout.
touchdowns, but on their 3rd, the pitch from Hutchinson to Samson Evans, and the boss, Bryce Cosby, coming up with a 4th down stop.
Welcome back here to Muncie. Let's take another look at that 4th and short. Preston Hutchinson, the quarterback, nobody took him, Ben.
Yeah.
He had it. Nobody had the quarterback in the option defense. Watch if he just keeps the ball. Cut. That's a lot of yards. Gets right upfield right there. He would have gotten at least 5 yards. He pitched it when Cosby had the pitch man. Nobody had the quarterback. Huge missed opportunity for the Eagles.
Sure was. A lot of real estate. Here's Will Jones. Mostly their 3rd down guy last year, but when you've got a running back the caliber of Huntley, you're not going to get a lot of reps. He was stopped by Terry Myrick in a huge turn of events for Ball State, making that stop on 4th down, Ross.
And nobody's happier about that than Drew Plitt after that really poor interception for his defense to make that play. And Cosby deserves credit, but wow, Hutchinson would have had the 1st down easily.
They feed Jones again. 1st down, they move the sticks out to the 47-yard line.
You know, it's pretty clear that Ball State thinks they can run on Eastern Michigan, and that's the game plan. And I wonder if that will be the case even more after the interception by Plitt.
Yeah, good point. They've only thrown it a handful of times. Jones remains in the game here on this possession. They fake to him. Plitt looked at Jones. Nobody open. Now rolls left. Fires. Caught at the 48 of Eastern Michigan. And about there, he's dropped. Antoine Davis made the catch.
Davis is a great story. This is his 6th year. Originally went D2 to Lincoln University and thought, I'm better than this. I can play at a higher level. Transfers to Ball State, walks on, earns a scholarship. Next thing you know, he's getting 100 yards last week.
Yeah, 110 in fact. And offensive coordinator Kevin Lynch told us, we talked with him yesterday, he was at another school, same division, and he recruited him then. Now he's got him as a part of his offense. And here goes Justin Hall, big pickup, another first down. Forced out of bounds to set Ball State up with a fresh set of downs.
Every time he gets the ball, good things happen.
You're
Watch
right.
this. Little quick wide receiver pass screen. He gets a couple blocks. Whoop, whoop. Makes 3 guys miss, stiff arms a guy. Justin Hall's just a baller.
Catch now in 38 straight games, the longest streak. Flag in from the back, longest streak in FBS to the 25, but we'll check in with Sujak, our referee, on the penalty flag.
Holding, number 53 offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains first down.
The numbers for Justin Hall throughout his career are just insane.
Yep.
38 straight games with a catch, 214. I mean, anytime it's longest in FBS, leads FBS, you are putting in some serious work.
And I'll add to that, against Eastern Michigan, this now his 4th game. Coming in, had 3 games, 25 catches, 266, and the last 2 had 21 catches.
And he's from Georgia, too.
He is.
It's a nice job by Ball State going down to Georgia and getting Caleb Huntley and Justin Hall.
A 1-2 punch for Ball State. 5-7 a year ago. They have their sights on winning the MAC West. Dumped off here. It is caught. Nice move there as your guy, the fullback, Cody Rudy, making plays, Ross.
Fullbacks need the ball, too. Fullbacks need love, too, sometimes.
Right.
Cody Rudy, 5'11", 245. He just slips out at the tail end. And when a guy like this gets ahead of steam, look out. Look at the athleticism. Little Olay, and then he's going to finish it strong.
Switched from linebacker to fullback his redshirt freshman year 3 years ago. Split 5 out of 7, make it 6 out of 8. Here's Davis. Davis, flag on the play. Into the red zone he goes, but we'll have to check the penalty flag first.
Boy, he got a terrific block out there. I guess it was too good of a block. We'll check the hands
17 yards if it stands.
of the receiver out there.
But it does not appear it will stand.
Holding, number 0, offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Remains second down.
So that's on the redshirt freshman out of Detroit, Jalen McGoy.
Well, McGoy knows it's a RPO. It's quick out to his side. He's trying to make the most of it. He's right here. Watch his hands. As long as your hands are inside the framework of the body, you should be. Oh, no, he's outside. He's outside. You can't do it, Jalen. You know, once you get your hands outside like that, they're going to call it. And you can even get your hands outside initially, but you got to replace it. You can't just hug them up like that.
And a ball down. And who's going to come away with it? Inside of the 30, Eastern Michigan's going to come away with it. Second Ball State turnover of the game. Plitt had the pick earlier. And now a fumble.
Ruling on the field is of a muff snap, recovered by the defense.
So Tariq
First and
Spates
10.
on the
Media
football
timeout.
for Eastern Michigan. Just didn't finish it right out of his hands. And Eastern Michigan on top by 7 with the ball when we come back.
Just want to say thank you to all of our veterans for the sacrifices that you made for us to be able to play this great game. And thank you to the current active military members. And it's an honor to take the field here on Veterans Day.
We want to thank all the veterans who have served and sacrificed for our great country today. Playing a football game tonight, we know that things like that don't come free, don't come easily, and we appreciate it. We appreciate what you've done. We just want to say thank you.
And we second that. Happy Veterans Day to all those that serve and have served our great country in all branches of the military. Hutchinson back to the air. So number 10, the quarterback, set up by the fumble recovery by number 10, Tariq Spates.
Yeah, watch Plitt's hands here, okay? He removes them before the ball gets there.
Yeah.
He starts to pull it out. The quarterback's job is to keep his hands up against the rear of the center. The center is supposed to hit the top hand. I don't know what Plitt was doing there.
Yeah, here's Hutchinson. Nice piece of running. Here, delivers the shot. Preston Hutchinson, impressive as he ran over Brett Anderson.
Okay, you know what I would say if I was Coach Creighton right there?
What's that?
That was awesome. Don't ever do it again. We're trying to keep you on the team.
That's right, gain of 12. And the ball now into the hands of Grissom, a guy they really like, a youngster.
Watch the finish by Hutchinson right here. Ugh, come get some.
Oh, he got it all right.
I mean, that gets, I can't tell you how fired up that gets everybody. Because, you know, you're never allowed to hit the quarterback in practice. They wear the red jersey. They're usually a pretty boy. Hutchinson's got the flow coming out of the back of the helmet.
Yeah.
You want to see them be a football player sometimes. You want to see them be physical. That was awesome, but that's also a good way to get hurt.
Look at you dropping the hockey term, the flow, man.
The
I
flow.
love it. I love it. Samson Evans from the pistol look behind Hutchinson. He's had a strong game. They fake. Hutchinson, a ton of room again. Good block downfield inside of the 20. And Preston Hutchinson, he's looking impressive here. 1st and 10, Eastern Michigan, gain of 30.
I mean, you got to be ready for the. Watch the defensive end over here. He's just totally oblivious to the zone read here. Watch. Albright's just going to close. He goes down.
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, there's nobody out there. Odukoya has nobody to block. That's too easy, guys.
Hutchinson doing it with his feet on this drive through the air. 8 for 10 for 109 in the game so far. Touchdown pass to Cannon, a touchdown run for the 2 Eastern Michigan touchdowns. Hutchinson will try to beat a guy in space, and he's wrestled down. Anderson, the product of Grand Blanc, Michigan, on the tackle there for Ball State. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That time Anderson was up to the challenge. Anderson's the guy that got run over.
He is.
A couple plays ago.
Wasn't going to let that happen again.
Yeah, he said not this time.
2nd and 8 now.
A lot of times you see that bunch set. They like to go pistol. They like to look. There's no longer a bunch set at the top. Let's see if they do a corner route from the slot again.
Instead, it's Hutchinson, got a block, and he's going to take it in again. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the night, his 3rd of the season on the ground, and the road team is up 13 now with 7:04 to go in the half.
Chris Creighton is on fire. The head coach calling plays for and watch this quarterback pull, and Odukoya is out there. There's only one guy out there. That's the same play they ran a couple plays ago.
Yep.
Ball State does not have an answer for faking the zone one way, Hutchinson pulling it the other way with the tight end lead.
Ryland tacks on the point after. Hutchinson through the air, 8 for 10 for 109, 8 rushes, 77 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. Drew Plitt, a couple of turnovers. His counterpart and Eastern Michigan have capitalized on those turnovers. They're up 14.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Verizon. The network more people rely on gives you more. By Old Trapper Beef Jerky. What's your beef? And by Advil. Pain says you can't. Advil says you can.
That's a great look at Ball State's new football facility, their indoor facility. They broke ground earlier this year on it. The Schumann family indoor facility will take up 84,000 square feet, and they expect to open that $15 million facility next summer. Ben Holden, Ross Tucker, Drew Plitt. Ross, 2 turnovers here. I mean, really since the end of that Miami game, he doesn't seem like he's recovered with that late interception he threw.
Well, they certainly aren't leaning on him that much. They've been leaning on the running game, and maybe rightfully so, because he does have a couple of critical errors here in the first half.
Taken inside of the 10 by Justin Hall. Justin Hall got a block. Justin Hall still on his feet. This will help his cause nearly to midfield. This young man can do a little bit of everything, and he does about 3 different things very well, including that 43 on the return.
Get Hall the ball.
That's right.
The more the merrier. That guy is unbelievable. It's just a middle return, and you'll see he's just so good at finding the seam. It's like effortless.
So from the 49, Ball State down by 14. This is Huntley in the backfield, trying the left side. And they're going to give him about 4, call it 3.5 on the first down run. So Drew Plitt, here's a look at the miscues so far from him tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this one, it was a pump and go, and it was like he predetermined it. It was a pretty easy interception for LaFleur. And then the quarterback center exchange, they do a lot out of the gun, but you got to keep your top hand up against the rear of the center until you get the ball.
Into the breadbasket of Huntley. Tough run from Caleb Huntley. Gets the first down to the 38. We asked Mike New about last week, and at the end of the game, that late interception that led to the game-winning touchdown. He said, I told him to keep his chin up. You're the leader of our team. Keep your chest out and just continue to believe.
And he said, don't let Wednesday lose you Thursday.
That's right.
They knew they needed to get ready for this game.
And he said he came out sharp Thursday. They look good here so far on this possession. And the pitch and catch there, and that is caught by Hassan Littles, the senior out of Georgia. And there is Kevin Lynch, the 3rd member of the Lynch family to be the offensive coordinator. His dad did it when Mike New was playing here. Was later the head coach. Joey Lynch, who played here, was the offensive coordinator. We saw a couple of weeks ago. Now, 33 years old, Kevin Lynch running the offense. On the ground, it's carried by Will Jones there. Minimal pickup of about a yard. Spates in on the stop for Eastern Michigan. Had the fumble recovery on the last Ball State possession.
Yeah, Spates came flying through there. The junior from Valencia, California. Nice explosion there. Both their linebackers are about 5'11", 225, but they can roll.
7 tackles for Spates against Kent State last week. Chris Creighton told us earlier in the week, he said he'll be a captain for us next year. He's a physical, just a hard-working guy. Love what he can do for him. 2nd and 9, under 5 to go in the half, and we get a whistle and a timeout, Ball State.
Yeah, they had 2 guys in motion. That's not
timeout.
The way it's designed.
Ball
it's
State.
not all right.
They're first. It will run 30 seconds.
So with 4:56 to play in the half, Mike New wants to make sure his guys have everything in order. A critical drive for them here. Coming up on the halftime report, powered this week by Ram Trucks. Adam Zucker, Brian Jones, Rick Neuheisel. They're standing by in our studio in New York to get you ready for the week's top games. And a look at the MAC as well. It's all coming up on the halftime report, powered by Ram Trucks. So 2 teams, 0-1, home opener for Ball State. 5 games. I love what you said in the open. The drive for 5. That's what it is.
Hey, you win 5 games in a row, you're MAC West champs. You're going to Detroit, and you're more than likely going to a bowl game this year.
Yeah. Chris Creighton, 3 bowls in the last 4 years for his program. It was 4 years ago, election night, in a crazy game we did in here, and that got his team into that first bowl game there in 16. And they've been consistent, always a tough team, always a tough out in the MAC West. And they're showing it here on the road so far, up by 14 tonight. Huntley trying to slip through there. Flag comes in from the back. He was tackled at the 21, but we'll check the penalty flag with referee Greg Sujak.
These holding penalties are killing them.
Driving you nuts, aren't they?
Well, it's the 3rd one that's really significantly hurt Ball State in this game.
Holding, number 72 offense. 10-yard penalty remains, 2nd down.
That's on the red shirt senior center, Anthony Todd, who had to leave the game earlier, but is now, of course, back in.
Right there, middle of your screen. It's a back block. Let's see what happens. It goes back, hands outside, getting pushed back by Crawford. Man, I wouldn't call that. That's not a hold. That's getting your butt kicked right there. I mean, it'd be one thing if he was restricting. The guy made the tackle.
Right.
Why are we calling a holding penalty? He didn't restrict him enough. It was a bad hold if he was trying to hold him.
That's right. 2nd and long. Plitt on the run, flag in. That's going to be a hold, likely, as it is fired and caught by Justin Hall, but we'll check the penalty flag back at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to get the right tackle because this time he actually did restrict his movement as Plitt went outside.
Okay.
Now, this was a hold.
Yeah. No problem with this one?
No, and it's tough when you're the tackle there because you don't know Plitt's about to break contain. Watch the right side of your screen. Blackwell's right
There's no
arm.
foul on the play for holding. Third down.
They waved it
Right
off.
there. I mean, he's holding him right there. He's got his hand inside his jersey. Okay.
Well, they waved that one off.
I mean, listen, fellas. You know, they should buzz up to me because they've called 2 holds that weren't holds. That one was a blatant hold. He's pulling on the guy's shoulder pad, breastplate. He's pulling him towards him. Plitt goes that way, and they pick that one up.
Our assistant.
I would like to have that power. I would like to be the all-time holding penalty replay guy.
Our assistant video official tonight is Ross Tucker, as well as our color analyst. Here's a shot into the end zone. Knocked away. What a beautiful play. Outstanding job getting his hand up there by Russell Vaden. Outstanding work, and he's slow to get up.
And Hall had it. I mean, Hall was open. Vaden came over with that great length. Vaden is 6'3", 215.
Timeout for an injured player on the defense.
Hall's going to run an out and up. You'll see the safety, Vaden, come over with that. Watch, just, boy, that's why you have a 6'3" safety right there.
Yep.
I mean, if he's 6'1", he doesn't make this play. Trying to see the injury right there. Right foot back.
That looks fine.
Yeah, I didn't notice anything there. What a play.
It's like a cramp. Yeah.
Looks like they're, you know, when they have the leg posture like that and they're massaging it, although I don't know, they're kind of moving around the knee a little bit there too, but it looks like they're massaging the left calf and stretching it, and then they're trying to hydrate them.
Yep.
That's the 3 indicators there: the massage, the stretch, and the hydration.
You know, I love what Creighton said to us. He said, in shorts and a t-shirt at the combine, he looks the part.
Yeah, I mean, 6'3", 210.
Yeah, it's big time size.
Not going to see many better looking safeties than that.
Justin Hall on the sideline here. Going to try a field goal here. 45-yard attempt here for Jack Knight, who was 1 for 3 last week. Hit a career long of 47 against Miami late in the game, and the youngster, the redshirt freshman out of Noblesville, Indiana, gets Ball State some points to make it an 11-point game. 4:14 left here in the first half. The band socially distanced.
Timeout.
Good snap, good hold as Knight puts 3 on the board for Ball State here in Muncie. Road team on top by 11 here, and some midweek action coming up Friday night, 7 Eastern. It's a Sunshine State showdown as FAU battles FIU in the Shula Bowl, only on CBS Sports Network. And Conference USA, I mean, FIU they're 0-1, but I mean, you know, the season has been wacky everywhere, and it's certainly been wacky in Conference USA.
All right, how about Marshall?
Yeah.
6-0, 316th in the country. They play Middle Tennessee State Saturday.
Yeah, right
here on
right
CBS Sports Network.
Doc Holliday's got them going.
Carter Blackburn, Aaron Taylor, those guys do an outstanding job. They'll be on that call. Jenny Dell, of course.
And you're in touch with the marketing and promotions department, aren't you?
Hey, I just read who's doing all the games this weekend. It's in my head.
Love your honesty. On the return here, Keon Williams, and he's buried just shy of the 15-yard line. And that is where Preston Hutchinson, making his 3rd career start, will begin. He's been awesome tonight.
He really has. I mean, it's only his 3rd start. He's done a nice job with his legs. He's been accurate. They've had some great design runs for him. I am thoroughly impressed. What a good sign for Eastern Michigan to have Hutchinson for the next couple years.
No doubt about it. See what he's done tonight. 109 through the air, 3 shy of 80 on the ground, 2 rushing touchdowns, and a passing TD to Bryson Cannon. Right side, dropped at the 19-yard line, was Trey Bess. getting his first run here at the tailback spot.
Ball State's got to get a stop here.
They do.
You know, they've got too much talent on the defensive side of the ball to allow Eastern Michigan to move the ball the way they have without their starting running back and 2 starting receivers.
They'll feed Bess again. Good block on the outside. Bess, good job to get into the alley and pick up the first down out to the 34-yard line. 2 timeouts left here for Eastern Michigan as well. Game
Showcase
15.
play for the big boys. Here
Right.
they come, Ben.
Bring it.
Center and left guard. This is where everybody can watch them. Sal kicks out. Van Hoven up inside. It's a huge hole right there. We ran the wing T in high school, so I got to pull all the time. That's the key for an offensive line. Otherwise, your mom, your sister, they can't even see you unless it's a screen pass or they let you pull like that. That's a showcase play for an interior offensive lineman.
Love the passion. Love the passion. Coming up on 3 minutes left here in the half. Play clock under 5. No need to hurry if you're Eastern Michigan. Hutchinson, open target, finds him, catch made. And a first down for Eastern Michigan. The catch made by Tanner Canoe. He paddled his way to that first down, I suppose.
Ooh, I like it.
Been sitting on that one for 3 days.
There's Tyler Stockton. He's only 30 years old, played at Notre Dame, the 2nd youngest defensive coordinator in FBS football. How about him telling us yesterday he played football and golf at the Hunt School
I was
in
all in
Princeton.
when I knew he was a golf guy.
I mean, he was the #1 rated player in the state of New Jersey, 5'11", 270-pound D tackle on the high school football and golf teams.
And a big fan of one of your spots from your college days,
Hoagie Haven.
That's right. That's right.
Man.
Good tough run here out the midfield. Carried again. Trey Bess getting the run here on this drive for Eastern Michigan. Without their starter, Darius Boone, there is Stockton.
He is a rising star in the profession. Ball State made a change at defensive coordinator. But I would say so far, he's got to be disappointed with the way his units performed.
Yep. Under 2 to go. Fake the toss, pressure, he steps up, fires, and it's incomplete. Only able to come up with a catch there was Bryson Cannon, who's had a big night.
Nice job by Brandon Martin there.
Yeah.
The leader, they call him, from Indianapolis on the coverage. Now this is a big opportunity for Ball State. 3rd and 6. Both coaches will think about using timeouts depending on the outcome of this play.
Eastern Michigan 2 of 3 on 3rd down.
Hutchinson's legs have been a big factor in this game. Could be again. Hasn't really had to scramble yet though. It's been more designed runs.
DJ Smith in the backfield, but instead he's going to take a shot, fires it out there, and out of the reach of the intended target there, unable to come up with that catch. And it's 4th down and 6. Aaron Jackson couldn't make the catch.
Yeah, the former quarterback was running down the seam. I don't know if I'd say that's a stop for Ball State's defense as much as a missed throw, but they'll take it any way they can get it. And they worked all offseason, Ben, on these 2-minute drill situations because they struggled in them a year ago, losing 3 games in a row by a total of 8 points. So they repped it every day. Might be able to get good field position here from Justin Hall and then go into 2-minute offense.
Jake Julian, the Canadian, on to punt it away. First all time in program history, 43.8 per punt, but right now he's just trying to pin him. He's going to pin him inside of the 15-yard line. So you're going to have 90 seconds left. 2 timeouts remaining for Ball State, down by 11.
Well, you said it earlier, Ben, about Happy Veterans Day. I want to say Happy Veterans Day to you. Look at that stud right there. That is awesome, man. Look at your neck. You're all yoked there, man. What were you, lifting weights back there?
Well, I was only removed from playing hockey about 3 years, and I was a carpenter for my dad, so I was in pretty good shape then, man.
You look like a heartthrob there.
Thanks,
in uniform.
Man. Appreciate you guys.
No, appreciate you for your service, and everybody listening and watching for their service as well.
Yeah, and I know you've got a lot of family that served as well, so shout out to your family members that did as well. So here goes Will Jones trying to get something going here with 84 seconds left here in the half.
2 timeouts, so they need to be in a hurry, but it doesn't need to be crazy, especially with the clock stopping for a first down in college football.
Right. Jones again. Heavy shot. Dropped at the 28-yard line. He was Eastern Michigan won the toss. They deferred, so they get the football to begin the third quarter. Here's Jones again. Good cutback there inside. Got him to the 37-yard line and a first down. Clock will stop again with 58 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, until they move the chains. I think most people know this, but until they move the chains, now the chains are set. You want to snap it almost immediately after that.
Neil Nethery, the defensive coordinator, brought pressure. Catch is made by Davis. Good pickup there, another first down. And they are going to spot him out of bounds at the 47 of Eastern Michigan.
And he got out of bounds, too,
Right.
which is significant. Now Eastern Michigan looks like they've got another player down, grabbing his
Official
left hamstring.
timeout for an injured player on the defense.
Gain of 16. We'll get you an idea on the player as soon as we know for sure. 16-yard pickup, and that's the nose tackle Michael Smith Jr. that's down.
6'3", 316, the senior from Frostproof, Florida.
One of my favorite towns.
Have you been there?
No, I just like the sound of it because I love Florida and I love warm weather.
Do you know, trivia question, you ready?
Yeah, bring it.
Stud NFL running back I played with from Frostproof, Florida, who was also state wrestling champion.
Which team when you played?
Buffalo Bills. Played in college for Tennessee, the Vols. I'll just tell you, there's people that are waiting.
Don't know.
Travis Henry.
Ooh, nice.
T-Hen. Travis Henry was an absolute monster. State wrestling champ. He was a stud running back for us back in Buffalo, 2003, 2004. He was from Frostproof.
You know, we don't script any of this stuff that we do except for our open. But you mentioned Buffalo, and Michael Smith, who they help off, was an offensive lineman before their game against Buffalo last year, and they converted him to the defensive side. Back to it now we go. Plitt to the air. Off the mark there. Could not find Johannes Tyler. Well, 6'3" of him.
All right, so they still have 2 timeouts, 44 seconds to go, 2nd and 10. They are already near field goal range, about the 33-yard line. They are comfortable with Jack Knight and a 50-yarder, and even a field goal makes it a 1-score game.
That's right. Plitt over the middle. It's caught. Trying to get to the first down marker. They can't. Do they have to burn the timeout?
They should
here?
right now. They should take a timeout right now.
Hall with a catch. They're not, though.
Yeah,
oh, there it is.
Now they just wasted 6 seconds.
Yep, you're right. Yep. Gain of 8. So they'll talk it over here. 3rd and 2 upcoming. So right now, I mean, you're out of field goal
timeout.
range.
Their second. Ball State. It will run 30 seconds.
So less than a minute, and certainly less than 40 seconds, you complete a pass middle of the field to bring up 3rd down. You obviously don't want to go up and spike it then, and you don't want to take it. It's going to take you at least 10 seconds to get a snap off. You got to bang that timeout, because now here, they're more than likely going to get the first down here. Clock stops on the first down in college football. So they cost themselves about 5 seconds there.
Well, both teams, specifically for Ball State, they are 2 of 4 on 3rd down. So 3rd and 2 here, 31 seconds to go. Ball State with a timeout left, down 11. Huntley, good job to get him, but Huntley with that size and strength, he's gonna be about a yard short. Yeah.
They got to call another timeout, or they got to do a quick quarterback sneak. They got to call another timeout.
Clock's still running.
Oh man, this is poor.
15 seconds and counting. It's 4th and a yard. Plitt takes the snap, and he's going to have the first down. Right to the line they needed, the 37. Clock is stopped. Well, they haven't officially moved it yet.
Well, they said it's a first down,
but a lot of humanity in there to unfurl.
They need to spike it immediately as soon as he winds the clock.
They wind it. There's the spike. 7 seconds left. So you got enough time to run a play here and then try the field goal. And what do you think of what's happened here with Ball State here with the time they've wasted?
Yeah, I don't love the run call on 3rd and 2 at all. That took a lot of time. So here's what they got now. They still have a timeout in their pocket, which is nice.
Yep.
They can use the middle of the field here. You want to get about 10 to 15 yards if you can, at least 10 yards. Tell your receiver to get down immediately, and you use that last timeout to get in field goal range.
Charge timeout. Their second. Eastern Michigan. It will run 30 seconds.
There you go. So that you saw the 2 coordinators. You saw Kevin Lynch, the offensive coordinator. Neil Nethery, the defensive coordinator for Chris Creighton. Each team with a timeout left. 7 ticks of the clock to play in the half.
You know, the thing I don't like is calling the run on 3rd down. You're almost conceding that you're not even trying to get the touchdown, that you're really only going to try to get a field goal at this point. Because you call a run on 3rd and 2, he doesn't get it, that's disastrous.
Right.
That took 25 seconds.
It did.
They had 31 seconds. That took about 20. Then they run the quarterback sneak. That's bad.
7 seconds remain here. Ball spotted at the 37. That's Jack Knight, their kicker. His career long is 47. He hit that week 1 in their loss at Miami.
Very critical that the receiver gets down right away after he catches it.
Here they go. Plitt looks right, now goes left. Catch is made. Davis gets out of bounds. And they're going to spot him out at the 33.5 yard line with a second left. And they trot on Jack Knight, the field goal unit.
Boy, that's number 1, that's cutting it close. And number 2, they have an extra timeout in their pocket now that they can't ever use.
Well, Knight on the sideline. The other kicker they have is Jacob Lewis.
Lewis has the bigger leg.
Yeah, he's our kickoff guy. 51-yard attempt.
Creighton looks like he might call a timeout to ice him.
He's got one, and he does right on cue, Ross. Smart move, and a smart move there by the kicker.
Charge timeout.
To send it.
Eastern. Their 3rd and final. 30 seconds.
Not happy. That whistle happened, and then the ball was kicked.
Yeah, if you remember last week at the end of the first half, Knight was short on a 50-yarder, right? So they want to give Lewis the chance. You know, I am very opposed to what Chris Creighton just did right there with calling the timeout to ice him, because he just gave him a free kick. Now Creighton's mad about it, but you know they're going to do that.
Right.
I mean, you know, Coach Creighton, that they are taught snap the ball and kick it, even if he calls him. He's mad right now that Lewis got that free practice kick, but that's why you don't ice him in the first place, because now you got a perfect opportunity to get a practice. Think about golf. How much would you want to be able to try the putt before 100%. You do the putt? Are you kidding
100%.
me?
51-yard attempt. First career field goal attempt for Jacob Lewis. He's handled kickoffs in the 2 games thus far from the left hash. Good snap, good hold. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. 51-yarder. First career field goal for Jacob Lewis. Bombs away.
That's the end of the half.
Boy, that is huge. That is huge for Ball State. You make it a 1-score game. You found a way to get points at the end of the half, and you feel good about it. You got some momentum going into the locker room.
That thing was right down Broadway. And Ball State gets 3 to make it an 8-point game after 1 quarter of play. And the reacts from Lewis.
Did he hold the hand up there for a second?
Like a three-pointer?
Yeah, like he drained the three-pointer.
That was deep.
That was sweet.
That was deep. So Baden on crutches. He was injured in the end zone breaking up a pass. And that's it for the opening half. From Muncie after the break. Adam and the gang in New York. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico. Inching close to the start of the 3rd quarter here in this MAC West battle between Eastern Michigan, the visitors from Ypsilanti, Michigan, and the home squad, Ball State Cardinals. Ben Holden, Ross Tucker. Ross, 8-point lead for Eastern Michigan at the half. What are your biggest takeaways from the first half?
Well, certainly Eastern Michigan was dominant for a while there, the 3 touchdown drives in a row, but Ball State started to settle in a little bit. They had to settle for field goals. That's probably the biggest difference in the game so far.
Yeah, 51-yarder to end the half for Ball State to make it an 8-point game. Our Geico difference makers, as I like to say on the marquee, up first, Caleb Huntley.
Well, he's been a beast, and he was last week as well. Really, really impressive. Expect Ball State to lean on him here in the second half.
And for Eastern Michigan, Bryson Cannon, man, he has played outstanding.
Yeah, I mean, they have a couple receivers out. They've got their starting running back out, and Cannon's been the guy as much as any that stepped it up. Look at the career high in yards already.
Yep, 76 on 5 catches, and there is Jacob Lewis, who kicked that field goal at the end of the second quarter from 51, his first career field goal. And the third is underway. Ross Tucker, Ben Holden, Mike Nastri, our director, Jason Ross, our producer, Matt Kushner, our AD tonight. Appreciate all their efforts. And take a look now at what Bryson Cannon has done tonight.
He's been really, really impressive. You know, they used him early on in play action, and he was able to make a big play. Then the fade route, really a corner route as much as anything out of the slot. 6'2", 242. He's got good hands and runs nice routes. They've got a pair of nice tight ends, both Cannon and Odukoya.
Yep, we've called Odukoya's name, I believe, once in the first half. But Cannon has stepped up, and that's something we talked about at the outset as they come out throwing. And right on cue, there's a young man wearing number 2, Thomas Odukoya, their captain on offense. And that number 2 is in honor of former Eastern Michigan wide receiver Demarius Reed, was killed October 18th of 2013. They waited a few years, they brought it back, they paid tribute to him, they signed off with his family. His jersey is buried at the midfield logo at Rynearson Stadium in Ypsilanti, the number 2 jersey, and that is a great tradition they started at Eastern Michigan.
It's got to be pretty cool for his parents to see that number 2 jersey out there, and it's given to the guy that earns it. Odukoya is an absolute stud. I was thoroughly impressed watching the tape of him and how good of a blocker he is at tight end.
Yeah, well-rounded guy at that position. Fake the toss. Hutchinson weaving and darting his way through there. He's going to come up 2 yards shy of the first down. He's been impressive. He's only started 3 games. He was great last year in his 1 start and looks very good tonight.
Well, that's such a nice play. I really like the design of a lot of these Eastern Michigan plays. Fake the toss, go right up inside. It's almost like quarterback power behind the left guard, City South.
Yeah, 9 for 85. He throws here to his former high school teammate. That is caught by Tanner Canoe. And a couple of grabs in the first half did Canoe.
Man, those guys must have lit it up in high school. Can you imagine? I mean,
yeah.
You're good enough to be a starting quarterback and a starting wide receiver in the MAC. What is the deal with the 1 eye black, by the way?
I'm not sure.
I'm seeing that more and more. Canoe has it. Drew Plitt has it.
I saw Plitt last week with it.
Yeah, I need to find out what the deal is with having only 1 eye black.
We need to go more in depth on our Zoom conference call. Shot downfield, and it's wide and off the mark for Canoe on first down there. Yeah, I'm not sure. I did notice that watching you and John last week doing the Miami game with Ball State.
And you know, while we're on it, in terms of the MAC, I don't know if people nationally really understand how good these kids are.
Good talent in this conference.
I think sometimes they think, well, I can't play it in the Big Ten, but I can play in the MAC. These kids are awesome football players.
They are.
Full ride to an FBS school in the MAC. You are the best kid in your area by far.
Yep. I've said it for a long time. These Mid-American Conference schools, a lot of these players were shunned by the Big Ten, the Power Fives, and they don't play with a chip, they play with a chunk on their shoulders. This conference has produced tremendous players on both sides of the ball for years. To the 46 of Ball State goes Hutchinson there, but it'll bring up 3rd and about 4, we'll call it.
Not just a chip on their shoulder, they got a
the chunk,
a wrench on their shoulder. Some of them. Big play here, by the way. Big play here.
Yep. See the rushing numbers separated by 3 feet. 3rd and 4.
Feels like his legs are going to be a factor again.
Yep. They have been so far in this contest. 3rd and 4. Instead, he goes to the air, and good play on the outside. That's the boss, Bryce Cosby, over there, involved in the play defensively. 4th and 4 here for the Eagles.
Terrific read by Cosby. That's film work. He broke on that, and Hutchinson saw him and really had to throw it way in front of Cannon because Cosby read that route right away. You see the wrench there. Now there's a new guy holding the wrench.
Yeah. I got a little news for you on that. I heard
okay.
from an Eastern Michigan parent.
Okay.
To help us clarify that. We had part of it right. It is an honor. As Jake Julian, it was Jake's father, and the ball goes into the end zone, that reached out to me. We'll get to that in a moment, but first we've got to take care of business, as we say in the broadcast world. You can submit a photo of your home tailgate at cbssports.com/twistedtea for your chance to win money towards a year's worth of Twisted Tea. So here's the deal. So I had the part right. I knew it was an honor to carry it, but you cannot let it touch the ground. Somebody has to have it in their possession off the ground the entire game.
Well, I knew it was an honor too. I'm just saying I wouldn't volunteer to hold that wrench.
Come on, man.
It wouldn't be an honor that I would be looking to bestow upon myself.
This is caught, and it is caught by their tight end, fullback Cody Rudy. Second play he's made tonight. Ball State, what do they got to do? Obviously no turnovers. What do you feel they have been the best at tonight here so far?
Well, they've done a really nice job running the ball with Huntley. And it also feels like every time they get the ball to Justin Hall, good things happen. They just didn't do it enough.
Yeah.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Here's the jet. And a good job pursuit out there by Eastern Michigan. They were ready for that, Ross. I mean, they had 3 white shirts right on Justin Hall, and Eastern Michigan brings up and forces a 3rd down. And the Eagles and defensive coordinator Neil Nethery, they're really good at halftime adjustments and coming out in the 3rd quarter. Last week they held Kent State to under 30 yards in the quarter.
3 straight 3 and outs.
Yeah. So 3rd and 3 here for Ball State. Pressure coming. Plitt in the pocket, and they get to him. Nethery dials up the heat, and they get to him. And it's Teran Rush, who had 2 sacks last week, and he brings down Plitt. That'll bring on the punt group.
Well, and remember the starting left tackle, Caleb Slavin, is out.
Yes.
So his backup right there, Porter Haught, is going to be working against Rush. You'll see him. He just opens the gate way too early. You know, you want to try to close the distance and horizontally, and you want to stay square to the line of scrimmage longer than he did. He opened the gate so early that it was easy for Rush to get around him.
First sack of the night for either team. 3rd of the season for Rush, and his 3rd in the last 2 years against Ball State. So good field position here for the Eagles. It was Jeff Hubbard on the return there. So Mike News guys shut out on the opening possession in the 3rd quarter. And there's Rush on the rush, getting Drew Plitt on 3rd down. Eagles have the football when we come back on top, 21-13. The year that is 2020. Mask up. Time now to take a look at this week's Tums Fast Facts. First game played here at Schumann Stadium back in '67. 13 million they put into it in 2007. And back in 2008, when Brady Hoke was here against Western Michigan, almost 24,000 jammed in here. I'm pretty sure I did that game, 12 years ago. That was a crazy night. Both teams were really good. Here in 2020, Eastern Michigan 0-1, Ball State 0-1. Week 2 of the Mid-American Conference 2020 season. Hutchinson wide open as Canoe, pitch and catch, gets free out to about the 48, and he's at the 48, and that's a 1st down.
Canoe has really stepped up in the absence of these other guys. You know, it's what a luxury it is to have inexperienced players that are so comfortable with each other, like Canoe and Hutchinson from high school.
They are without their starting running back. That is Samson Evans with the carry, who got the nod in the spot that Darius Boone usually has. They are without Hassan Badoon, and they are without Dylan Drummond as well. 3 key members, Ross, and they are stepping up, filling the void, making the most of opportunity tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's a starting running back and 2 starting wide receivers. That's a lot. And especially with Badoon, 9 catches, 112 yards last week, 9 catches, 113 yards in the bowl game.
A day after he was given a scholarship on Christmas Day, he did that. Here's a nice play to the outside. This one is reeled in and caught. And it's pulled in there by the running back, Samson Evans. Another first down, Eagles.
Watch Evans out and up, one of the best plays in football, because it's so hard for linebackers to cover a running back like Evans.
Transfer from Iowa, didn't play last season for the Hawkeyes. His first live action in well over a year, probably about 2 years. And that one off the hands there, should have been caught and was not. In space there, wide open, was Aaron Jackson.
And he was wide open. There was nobody there. The former quarterback from Detroit had nothing but room in front of him. He would have gotten the first down and a whole lot more.
2nd and 10 for Eastern Michigan.
A lot of times on an incompletion on first down, teams run it on second to try to get a more manageable third down situation. Not Eastern Michigan.
Nope. To the air again, and a tough catch that is incomplete. Jackson could not make the catch there, and on the coverage there, nicely handled by Brett Anderson.
Anderson's playing well, and look, he's got that club on his left hand. I mean, he's had some nice tackles, good coverage there, sticks out the club. Hit him with the club, son.
Yep. 38th career game, 12th career start, 3rd and 10. Eagles are 2 for 5.
Very possibly 4-down territory, Ben, because they're right on the outside edge of field goal range. You're not going to punt it from here. It's kind of no man's land.
Yep. They rush 4, dropping a coverage, and incomplete. And it was Keon Williams, could not come up with a catch there. Antonio Phillips supplying the coverage.
Antonio Phillips going over talking to Creighton. Let's watch him. Man-to-man coverage, nice stiff arm. Don't grab, he grabbed a little bit and then let go. That's well done.
Yep.
So much better than last week. Last week, both the corners, they were so handsy, they were grabbing. It was funny, Tyler Stockton, the D coordinator, said he got a text message from Al Groh, the former Jets head coach, saying, hey, tell your corners you can't play in the NFL if you need to hold to cover MAC receivers.
So here's Chad Ryland, who's hit 2 in his career from 52. Can he make it 3? And Ryland does. Sticks it. Had a 52-yarder against Ball State last season and a 52-yarder in Eastern Michigan's upset of Illinois, and he knocks it through from downtown.
That was a huge field goal with plenty of room to spare. Eastern Michigan always has a good kicking game.
So the pride of Lebanon, Pennsylvania, Chad Ryland now with 3 52-yard field goals to his credit. How's this for producing? Our producer Jason Ross all over this. The military runs in EMU kicker Chad Ryland's family. Both of his grandfathers served, Specialist John Brander in the Army and Staff Sergeant Pat Ryland in the Air Force. 2 uncles served as well, Samuel Hayes of the 56th Stryker Brigade in the Army and Master Sergeant Jim Hoke in the 193rd Special Ops Group. Thank you, men, for your service on Veterans Day. I know you got more to add on the PA guys.
Well said. Yeah, Chad Ryland's from Lebanon, Pennsylvania, which is about 25 minutes from where I grew up in Reading, Pennsylvania. He went to Cedar Crest High School. You know, Eastern Michigan has 2 Pennsylvania kids on their team.
Yep.
They're both kickers. Caleb Richwine, the freshman from Carlisle, which is right near where I live now in Harrisburg. So we're representing. It might be kickers, but we're representing, and Ryland just represented. That was a huge kick for Eastern Michigan to go back up by 2 scores.
They booted away. There's a flag down back at the 36-yard line. As Hall trying to do what he can do to help the cause. You got to figure that's offsides, where that flag is. 24 yards on the return for Justin Hall. Our referee tonight, if you're just joining us, is longtime official Greg Sujak.
I think I'd have him re-kick it. They're going to be tired, and Hall's so dangerous.
Offside, number 44 kicking team. The 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. 1st and 10.
Luke Cameron, the guilty party.
Take a look at it. Might be the guy right next to him.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So a 24-yard return plus the penalty.
I don't like it, Ben. I would have had him re-kick it.
Yeah, I would have
Go
too.
back 5 yards, re-kick it. Hall is such a threat in the open field. I bet you Hall gets you back to the 30-yard line and maybe then some.
Yeah, he's a home run waiting to happen. Split into the breadbasket of Huntley. Huntley a tough couple of yards on the run there, and the nose tackle in there, Smith on the play. And third quarter, we touched on it last week. Impressive, impressive, and that's been a trend for Neil Nethery in his time as a DC at Eastern.
It's
Number 15
unbelievable.
lost his helmet. He must go off for a play.
Yeah, it's so consistent. He even said last week they had some missed tackles, didn't get off blocks in the first half, but they were much better in the second half.
10th time in the last 26 games they've allowed no points in the third. They're off to a good start here in this third. That one incomplete. 3rd and 8 coming up now for Drew Plitt and Ball State.
You know, there have been several times, Ben, where Plitt has dropped back to pass. There's nobody open. Eastern Michigan, watch, there's nobody there.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have thrown it to Hall, I guess, right away, but towards the end, there was nobody open. Nobody was able to free up for him while he scrambled.
Neil Nethery, what's he do here? Does he bring heat?
Doesn't look like he's going to. It looks like he's going to play coverage. They play a lot of quarters coverage, which is 4 deep, 3 underneath. They keep everything in front of them.
They need the 40 to convert. There's the pitch, the catch by Tyler, and he's immediately wrapped up there and dropped there by Freddie McGee.
Decision time right now.
Sure
4th
is.
and 1.
You got to
They're
go,
going to
right?
go right on the football. I think, if anything, they got to snap it now. They got too many guys.
Yeah, there were players all over the field. Might have been a timeout. There was. Eastern Michigan called the timeout.
Well, that's well done by Ball State.
Yep.
Charge timeout. Eastern. They're first. It'll run 30 seconds.
2 left for the Eagles. 4th and a yard.
They were going to have too many guys on the field.
They had about 14 out there.
Eastern Michigan was trying to substitute, but Ball State didn't. So they don't have to wait. They can snap it right away. And at a minimum, it's a nice job by Ball State forcing Eastern Michigan to use a timeout. Now we'll see whether or not they go for it. I think down 2 scores, 4th and 1 like this, I think you go. I mean, you're trying to win the game. You're not doing a great job of stopping the opponent.
Here's all the guys they had on the field.
1, 2, 3, 4 coming on.
Jeez.
I mean, they had 15.
Yeah. It's a bad line change.
It's a good job calling timeout.
Yeah. There's Neil Nethery, their defensive coordinator. 4th and a yard.
Huntley
1
should
for
be
1.
able to get you a yard.
He
5'10",
should.
230.
He should. Pulled the motion man. There's Huntley, and he gets more than that and submarined his way ahead there out to the 44 to move the sticks.
Usually where the soft spot of the defense is, you push everything right. Well, everything goes right with the inside zone, hat on a hat, and he's able to cut it back there. A lot of times when everybody's going right, flowing right, it's the cut back there that's the softest spot in the D.
Gain of 5, fresh set of downs for Ball State. Down 24-13 at this point. Plitt over the middle, near sideline. Hall takes it. It's another first down. Justin Hall, you said it earlier, partner. Get him the ball.
Get Hall the ball. Watch him. It's just a crossing route, deep crossing route. They actually had 2 guys on him. Perfect pass by Plitt.
Gain of 14. This is Huntley, left side. Airborne again to the 36-yard line he goes.
Huntley's he's a bad man.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he gets that head of steam. I would not want any part of that. 5'10", 230, rolling downhill.
You know, they had a guy that was similar as they go to Hall here, and this won't get him much, if anything. They had a guy, Juwan Edwards, one of the best ever play in this conference, very similar style of back. 3rd coming up here, 3rd and 5.
It's a poor throw by Plitt there. He threw it behind Hall, so Hall was actually lost a yard there. And this is probably 4-down territory. So they probably have 2 downs. They're not going to try, I don't think they're going to try a 54-yard field goal, 55, although I think Lewis had enough leg. And number 4 is going to cramp. Look at that.
Oh,
is that
man.
intentional or is he faking it? Oh, wow.
Trevor Holt.
I thought
Official
maybe.
timeout for an injured player on the offense.
Right leg, Trevor Holt locked up. Will take a timeout, come back after this with 3rd and 5 for Ball State.
I've been given
3rd down coming up for Ball State. This is what transpired before the break. Watch Trevor Holt here.
I don't know that I've ever seen that. Watch, he starts limping. I mean, he's one leg hopping in motion. And what's crazy is that the officials called an officials timeout. They didn't make Ball State use a timeout. I did not know, I got to be honest with you, I did not know that the officials could stop a play in the middle of a play like that for an officials timeout. I've never seen either one of those before.
I haven't either.
A guy hopping on one leg in motion and the official stopping a play while the guy's in motion.
3rd and 5 here for Ball State. They're 2 of 7 on 3rd down. Trailing 24-13, trying to keep this drive alive. Here's Huntley. Huntley can't get away. And Huntley, they're going to spot him down right at the line of scrimmage. Terry Myrick, who was red hot to start the game, makes a big play there, brings up 4th down.
And I think he missed the hole again. I mean, what? The hole's going to end up being right in there. Watch.
Yeah.
Watch after he gets it. There's a hole right there, right up the middle of the field.
Yeah. Here comes pressure. Plitt delivers. It is caught.
Huge.
And they get the 1st down. You're right. It is Johannes Tyler with the 1st down catch.
Man, that is gigantic right there. 4th down. They needed that badly. You throw it to your 6'3", 205-pound receiver. Strong hands at the catch point.
3 for 3 is Ball State on 4th down conversions, and that was a mighty big one. Here Plitt directing Tyler to the other side.
You got plenty of time.
Yep. One thing about no fans in the stadium, you can hear the players very clearly. Here's Jones. Now they trick it. Now it is carried there by Antoine Davis. And they get about a half a yard out of all that.
Yeah, he wanted to give it to Justin Hall going back around the other direction, but one of the Eastern Michigan defenders was back there and he didn't feel comfortable with it. Probably a smart move. They need to get the ball to number 11.
Yeah, I'm with you.
In space.
Yep. Will Jones to the left of Drew Plitt, the running back. Give Huntley a breather here. Plitt pressure. They get him back at the 39-yard line. Alex Merritt drops him. 3rd and long coming up.
Well, this is what's going to happen when you have the tight end. Watch, they got the tight end blocking Merritt one-on-one. This is a pet peeve of
timeout for an
mine.
injured player on the defense.
Watch, a tight end is never going to be able to block a D lineman one-on-one.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's going to happen every time. You know, they try to go to a 7-man protection, but the tackle's got to help him because he's just not going to be able to block, especially a D tackle like that. They just don't do it enough. They're not big enough.
Yeah. There is an injured Eastern Michigan player down. It is Mark Lee Jr. And there is Merritt, the freshman out of Moeller High School in Cincinnati. What a proud high school football program that is. And another cramp here. You think that's from? I mean, these guys have been practicing. Is it just coincidence? We've seen that a few times tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been a lot, and it's been primarily, it seems like, Eastern Michigan.
So 3rd and 19. They lost 10 on that play, and that is Trevor Holt's foot with a boot on. You can see. Man, I hope that's not what I think it might be with that boot, because he reached down low on that right ankle, Ross, in the area of the Achilles. 3rd and 19. Plitt under pressure. He's got to get out of there. He does. On the run. Heaves it. Got a man. And it's broken up. And there's a flag. It was Antoine Davis down there, the target. And it'll be pass interference on Eastern Michigan, and another injured player down. That is Freddie McGee on the field there.
And there's 2 penalties. There's back one by the line of scrimmage, too.
You're right, there are.
Timeout for an injured player on the defense.
So bodies hitting the deck. McGee down there on the coverage on Davis, writhing in pain.
Well, he had to catch up. It was an awesome job. Yeah, right there is interference. I mean, he's grabbing his arm well before the ball's there. Probably just as well, because it would have been
They're fouled
caught.
by both teams on the play. Pass interference, defense, number 7. Ineligible man downfield, number 74, offense. The penalty's offset, replay, 3rd down.
So McGee obviously there for the PI, and then Porter Haunt, the penalty on Ball State. So we'll do it over 3rd and 19 as McGee can see he's in some serious pain there.
Boy, that's a tough penalty on Ball State, because Plitt did a tremendous job of buying time just to get the ball down there. Kudos to Plitt for doing that.
So there's Plitt talking with head coach Mike New, and you know, you did it for a long time in the NFL and in college, playing O-line. I mean, how tough is this to do?
Yeah, we'll take a look at him. Haught right there. You're only allowed to stay within 3 yards. So that the 39-yard line, blocking, goes down.
Yep.
But that's a dicey call right there. It is, because you're allowed 3 yards.
Yeah.
And it's where you are when the ball is released. That's a tough one. He was right at about 3. Man, I see RPOs all the time where the guys are 5 yards downfield when the ball is released. They let it go.
Yeah.
That was a tough call.
So earlier they had a big play they lost when they got the ball into the hands of Justin Hall, and now another one here, and we'll redo the down. It's 3rd and 19. McGee favoring the right leg, you can see clearly. So Ball State's had plenty of time to talk about what they want to do. Is it all about number 11 here if you're Ball State?
Well, I mean, you're going to be looking for him, but I would also say this: don't be greedy. You know, at a minimum, you want to make sure you get a field goal attempt here to try to get it back to a 1-score game. So maybe throw something underneath, because Eastern Michigan, look, they got that soft umbrella coverage.
They drop into coverage, but they get through there. Plitt has to move. Nobody's open. He's still got it. Directing traffic, and he does. And Huntley cuts back, gets down close to the 25. So he makes a good play out of another. There's a penalty flag on the near side of the field. So we'll have to check the marker, and it looks like there's another Eastern Michigan player down. Gain of 14 in the stands.
And that was way late. Justin Hall going against the corner for Eastern Michigan.
Here's Sujak with a verdict.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, his first, number 29 defense, head slap, half the distance to the goal, 1st and 10.
Kempton Shine.
Timeout for an injured player on the defense.
The guilty one for Eastern Michigan. And another Eagle is down, and here's a look back at it, Ross.
Yeah, watch Kempton Shine. He's only a freshman from Chicago. Watch the end. Why is he going up to the face like that?
Don't know.
And then he slaps him at the end. You just got to be smarter than that.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a selfish penalty by the freshman from Chicago that really hurts his team. He's fired up. He's getting some playing time because of the injury to Freddie McGee. He wants to show he belongs, he's not afraid. You just can't do that.
That secondary is also without Russell Vaden, a junior, the 6'3" junior, who was injured on a play in the end zone back in the first half. Has not returned, and that's a big loss. He's a huge body back there. Their free safety at 6'3" and 212 is Vaden. And he is done for the night. So Huntley lined up behind Plitt. 1st and 10 for Ball State. Huntley, good run up the gut, still on his feet. Huntley, touchdown! What a run by Caleb Huntley. 13 yards to the house, and he finds the end zone for the 2nd time tonight, and the Cardinals are within 5.
Watch the left guard here. This is going to be the key block. A little bit of power. 79 up in the hole, kicks out, and then the power from Huntley himself keeps those legs straight. He had the high knees, he had the Roger Craig going there a little bit.
Oh, I loved watching him play as a kid.
How many people do you think watching right now have no idea who Roger Craig is?
Many, but there's many that do.
Okay.
Right? I
Look
think
him up. Look him up, millennials. Look him up, young people.
He was something special. And I'll mention this guy.
Going for 2 here.
Tom Rathman, their fullback, as they go for 2, trying to get it to a 3-point game. Wide open, it's caught. Tyler's got it. And it's 24-21 now with 4.5 to go in the third. 13 plays, 70 yards, a little less than 5 minutes, 4:56 to be exact. And Ball State needed that, Ross.
First it was the touchdown, then Ball State makes the right decision to go for 2. Love the nifty play action. Tyler's wide open and Ball State's right back in this thing.
Caleb Huntley on the bench right there. 21 carries for 109 and 2 touchdowns. The PBR World Finals get underway tomorrow night from Jerry World in Arlington. All the best riders in the business are looking to come home with the hardware. It all starts at 9:30 Eastern, only on CBS Sports Network. I mean, Huntley looked like a bull there on that touchdown run. He banged off about 5 guys and found his way in, Ross.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, me too.
6 straight game
Yep.
with 100+ yards. That's 9 of his last 10.
That's right.
You know, now they got to win the game. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, they see all these numbers every week from Justin Hall, from Caleb Huntley. Plitt usually has good numbers. They got to find a way to finish and win the game. You should win a lot of games when you're running for 100 yards every week with your running back.
Yeah. Huntley, number 2 in the Mid-American Conference, only behind is Keon Williams. Oh my goodness. Just over the 20, and Williams blown up. Ball State is fired up. Hassan Little's the wide receiver on special teams, making the play.
I like when the wide receivers make plays on special teams because they're usually not the most physical guys. A lot of guys just want to catch the football. Look at the band, socially distanced. Those are huge jackets they're wearing, by the way.
Well, it's about 35 out right now. So Eastern Michigan entering this game, 31 of their last 51 games have been decided by 7 points or less. This is nothing new for them. It's really nothing new for Ball State either.
No, I mean, that's the MAC. That's MAC football.
It is.
I mean, there usually aren't that many teams at both ends of the spectrum. Everybody's somewhat similar talent-wise, and comes down to who makes the winning plays, and maybe more importantly, who doesn't make the losing plays here over the last 19 minutes and change.
If you're Ball State, they had 3 losses last season by a combined 8 points. Mike New, heavy hit delivered. This booth doesn't have windows that open. You can hear that all the way up here as the hit was made.
And that's a corner.
That is a corner. It's Uzindama. They call him AJ.
Watch this.
Call him whatever they want now.
That was awesome. I love a corner that's not afraid to come up and hit you. And watch the technique here.
Oh,
helmet out of it, use the right shoulder. Well done, young man.
Certainly was. 3rd and 5 from the 25. Hutchinson having a career night running it. 4 from 100.
They don't know what they're doing. Odukoya in the slot to the right doesn't know. They don't know what they're doing.
Guy out wide's like, what do we got? What do we got? Hutchinson to the air, flag down, delay a game.
Wow. Talk about a critical
There
error.
was no snap. Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty remains. 3rd down.
So now you're looking at 3rd and 10.
Now, I'm not saying that this is a positive. Look, these guys are asking it. First Odukoya, then out wide. They don't know what route they're supposed to run.
Right.
And they have to delay a game, although they weren't going to convert this right there. I mean, that was going to be incomplete. So can you imagine if they convert this, if the delay game ends up helping them?
The Eagles are 2 of 6 on 3rd down.
Hasn't been a whole lot of pressure from Ball State. They need some of their guys, Ekpe, Albright, to get a rush.
I haven't called Ekpe's name all night. I'm surprised. Hutchinson hit as he throws, incomplete. They brought some pressure there. And they got to Hutchinson knocking him down, forcing that throw with 3:15 to go in the third. Albright got in there, Ross. He applied it.
Yeah, we said Albright, watch number 9. He's going to come looping around here on the stunt. Comes around, watch the hit. And you know what? That was so beautiful there. Had his head out of it, led with his shoulder there so as to not get a penalty.
So Ball State's defense forcing the punt here. Jake Julian, the senior out of Barrie, Ontario. Justin Hall waiting inside of his own 40-yard line. Julian skies this one. Hall's got a call for the fair catch, had a player right there. Great punt, great coverage. And Caleb Huntley north of 100 yards. Had the touchdown on the last possessions. Got 2 here tonight. 48 yards on the punt. And here's a look at Huntley's resume reel tonight.
It's been impressive. You know, he's got nice quicks. He's got a lot of power. Look at when he comes downhill. Ooh, man, that is scary. He knows how to finish. Really good contact balance. He's a guy that'll get a shot at the next level. I can see him playing well in some preseason games and sticking around. He looks to me like a guy that at least makes a practice squad out of training camp because the coaches are just impressed with his physical style.
Number 2 in the Mid-American Conference among active rushers. He trails only Jarrett Patterson of Buffalo, who's another guy who's going to play in the NFL, as Huntley picks up 5. That's exactly what you want. You're going to run it on first down. You want to get 5 or 6. The 12th career game of 100 or more for Huntley.
And again, 9 out of his last 10. I think he's going to get 10 more carries in this game.
I'd keep feeding him the rock. There they go, and it's going to be 3rd and about 2. Tackle made by Grant Truman. You feed him again?
Why not?
Yeah.
Give it to number 2. I don't think they really want to tackle him. I know I don't really want to tackle him.
5'10", 230 he's listed at. Split the handoff, they feed the beast. And he's got the first down. Out to the 44-yard line they go as we come up on 2 to play in the 3rd quarter. And we talked about Tom Rathman earlier. He's a fullback coach now for the Colts.
Yeah, watch. It's inside zone left. Nice job by Todd up on the 2nd level. Huntley, a good push on the right side. Huntley able to drive the feet. This would be a good down for a play action pass after 3 straight runs.
Donnie Marcus checked in. There it is, right on cue. Ross, and it's intercepted! Or did he hang on? No! In and out of the defensive back's hands. They say incomplete. It was Corey Hernandez that had it and lost it.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass.
Well, Plitt got away with one right there. Tremendous play by Hall, turning. Watch Hall turn into the defensive back here.
Yep.
Left hand, boom. I mean, that is a huge play by Hall to lower the boom there on Hernandez. It's like Plitt didn't see the safety in the middle of the field. I mean, you can't throw a deep post with the safety in the middle of the field. That's another one that's a head scratcher by Plitt.
This one batted down by Eastern Michigan.
I don't know why they haven't blown it dead. I mean, he's throwing the ball forward.
LaFleur was the one that knocked it down. Eastern Michigan saying it's their ball, but
guys, he was throwing forward and the ball got batted down.
Right.
What are we doing?
Yep.
Go over there.
Suchek says, Alex Merrick, get out of here.
The ruling on the field is that it was a forward pass that was blocked by the defense and incomplete. Please set the game clock to 1:45. Thank you.
I mean, he's trying to throw an out route. There's no chance it's going to be behind the line of scrimmage. Third and 10 now. Now they have to go to the air after they were running it so well.
They do. Tyler had it right out of his hands. He never caught that.
Blow it dead, guys.
I mean, that's...
What are we doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Johannes Tyler never caught that ball.
He needs to catch that, but he wasn't. He was going to be short anyway by about 4 yards.
So the punt group comes on. Here's a look. Right.
Never had it even for a split second.
No.
Took his hands off it, started to look and tried to run with it before he actually caught it.
Yep. So Mike News guys can't continue the momentum of the previous possession. They bring on Nathan Snyder. Jeff Hubbard, the return man, back at his 15. It's like delay a game here.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty remains. 4th down.
It's not the worst thing in the world.
Well, you certainly don't want it,
Yeah.
but I agree with the decision not to call a timeout. I don't think it's worth using one of your timeouts there for 5 yards when that's going to be the difference in about 5 yards of field position with Eastern Michigan pretty deep in their own territory. Oh my goodness.
Flags everywhere.
We're falling apart here.
Jeez.
We're going the wrong way.
Yeah, we are. This game has come to a screeching halt.
False start. Number 17 offense. 5-yard penalty remains. 4th down.
Nick Jones, part of their special teams, backup defensive back.
And they really like Nick Jones. He plays a decent amount on defense. They think he's going to be maybe even better than Uzodinma and Phillips.
The most valuable freshman a year ago, product of the great state of Michigan. Hubbard saying get away from this thing. Bounces at the 27. And they'll take a good Ball State roll. They'll down this inside of the 15 or on the 12-yard line. With a minute 27 left in the quarter. This Sunday, 4 Eastern, the NFL on CBS. Highlighted by a duel in the desert between two of the game's top young QBs, Josh Allen and the Bills. Flash with Kyler Murray's Cardinals. Sunday, the NFL is on CBS. And Max Crosby, man, was he a good one when he was at Eastern Michigan. Look at the tattoo on his right forearm. He is proud to play in the NFL with that tattoo on his arm.
I remember when you and I, back in 2018, it was Army Eastern Michigan.
Yep.
And he was a junior, ended up leaving school early, goes in the 4th round, and they love him in Las Vegas.
They do. 53-yard punt. Hutchinson turns and hands off to Trey Best, who's got some run, and Best breaks away. Tripped up just over the 35-yard line, and it gives him some breathing room there with 80 seconds left.
3 guys, tackle, center, tackle. We're all pulling. Everybody's pulling. Let's go. We're pulling to the right. Look at this. Tackle, center, backside tackle. He makes one guy miss, runs through Cosby. That's a huge run.
27-yard pickup. Best will try this side. Cuts into the alley. Gets over the 45. Out to the 47-yard line. Gain of 8. Jimmy Dawn, the tackle.
Got to be impressed by the depth that they have at Eastern Michigan. Best is a true freshman, again from Georgia. It's unbelievable how much talent there is in the state of Georgia. It really is.
Yeah, it really is. 2nd and 2.
Ball State is showing pressure from the top. I think they just made an adjustment now. Eastern Michigan made an audible, and then Ball State adjusted to that.
Not much there. That's probably going to be the final play of the quarter as Jalen Thomas made the tackle there on Bess. Gain of a yard. 3rd and 1.
Yeah, nice play by Thomas. And I would think that Eastern Michigan will take it to the quarter here and talk about what they want to do on 3rd. I'm going to call it 1.5.
And that is it. The 3rd has expired. Eastern Michigan on the road, up by 3. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico. Set to begin the 4th quarter with Ross Tucker. My name is Ben Holden. Jason Ross, our producer. Mike Nasser, our director. Matt Kushner, our AD. It's cool out there, Ross.
Yeah, it is very cold, and this is a huge play in this game. 3rd and 1.5 yards. They got Evans back in. Hutchinson's legs have been huge tonight.
Eastern Michigan 2 of 7 on 3rd down. Evans has got it. Tough run there. Powers his way to the 45 to move the sticks. Stopped by Brandon Martin.
You know, even just having the wide receiver come in motion, watch that, just that right there slows everybody down. Watch the handoff there. Ooh,
yeah,
it was on his back hip a little bit there.
Yeah.
I love bringing Keon Williams, though, the other way, because it forces the guys to just their eye discipline a little bit on the receiver going the opposite direction.
Evans, first game he's played in a long time. The transfer from Iowa didn't play at all last year. Just practiced with their team. And if you're just joining us, Darius Boone, their starter at running back, freshman out of Tulsa, unable to go, injured his leg last week. They're without Hassan Badoon, one of their top targets, and another one, Dylan Drummond, out as well. But they're on top by 3 here in the opening minute of the fourth quarter. And that young man has played great.
Yeah, he's had a terrific night.
Thrown for one, run for a couple. Fake to him, and now Hutchinson took a shot. And he's going to lose a yard on that. It's going to bring up third and about 4.
Christian Albright again, the tackle for loss master, came into today with 24.5 for his career, second in the MAC. You'll see coming off the edge, does a nice job getting off the tackle there. Likely 4-down territory. And again, I know I've been saying this a lot, Ben, but Hutchinson's legs have been so good. I like getting him an option there.
3rd and 4. There are the legs. Can he get there? No, they're going to spot him short by a half a yard.
Going to bring up another 4th and short where they're going to go for it here.
Yeah.
I think they got a lot of faith in their run game right now. And Chris Creighton saying, go, go, go. They're looking to hurry up. They think they got him on the ropes.
Here's Hutchinson, and he's going to get it. He's going to get it by a little over a yard, Ross.
You know I like that.
You love that play.
I like quarterbacks.
I know you do. It's a great play. I'm a big fan, too.
I mean, first of all, the D-line was gassed on the drive. That's why they're rotating in a whole new D-line right now. You get right on the ball. You don't even have a cadence. You just goose the center, and you get such an advantage up front there.
On that carry, Hutchinson over 100, 14 carries for 101, 2 on the ground. Hand off right side, it's Trey Bess, and he is flung to the ground. Just flung to the ground. Getting after it pretty good there is the Ball State defense. Slinging him down. Jimmy Dawes made about 3 tackles here in the last 5 plays.
That was so well done. Watch every Ball State defender stay in their gap. Look, they just keep straining it out. No room there, no room there, no room there. Got to bounce it out, and Daw is exactly where he's supposed to be.
They did rule it a fumble. The ball went out of bounds.
Huge.
Yeah, very, very huge.
That is a big loss.
Take a look.
Dawes got the left hand there ripping out there. Tough to tell from that angle.
DJ Smith in now at running back for Eastern Michigan. Out of the pistol look behind Hutchinson. Hutchinson to the air. Sliding down to make that catch. His longtime friend Tanner Canoe, both from Mason, Ohio. 3rd and long now coming up. They need 12. Chris Creighton, one of 17 coaches, head coaches in the FBS, calling his own plays. Let's see, dial up here. What do you think?
Canoe is the middle of 3 receivers over here.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised if Cannon, who's had a big game at tight end, Cannon at the top of the screen. Top of the screen is Cannon. Do they leak him out here?
They need the 23-yard line. Hutchinson too high. As Canoe doesn't have a lot of vertical to his game. He's 5'11", and the coverage was supplied there by Amechi Ozodinma. 4th and 12.
Really good coverage by Ozodinma. And wow, they're going to punt it. Oh no, they're coming with a field goal.
Ryland's coming out
and
here.
They should. I mean, Ryland's got more than enough leg. He showed that earlier.
Yep. Tyler Stockton, a defensive coordinator. So Ryland made a 52-yarder earlier This one would be a career long of 53. He's kicked 3 from 52 tonight, last year against Ball State, and against Illinois last season from 53. Can he knock this through? No! Off the upright. Oh, he had the leg too.
He had more than enough leg. He absolutely crushed it. It was right on target, and it just hooked into the left upright. Take a look at it. Thought it was going in until it wasn't. It's still a 3-point game.
So it remains a 3-point lead for Eastern Michigan. Chad Ryland, that thing might have been good from 60, but he hit the left upright on the 53-yard attempt. And since 2018, 8 games decided by 7 or less. Ball State is dead even in those 8 games, and we're in store for another great finish here in Maction tonight, Ross.
Yeah, I mean, this is all I know about the MAC. All these games are like this, and they're all awesome.
Good run, breaking away. It is Justin Hall. There he is, making a play with a ball in his hands.
I want to make a T-shirt that says "Get the ball to Hall." I mean, this guy's unreal. Almost every time they get the ball in his hands, look at the edge blocking there. Nice job by Cook. Nice job by the fullback, Cody Rudy. Excellent, and Hall knows exactly what to do with it.
Well,
get him the ball in space.
Sorry, partner. You saw it firsthand last week. He led the MAC with 246 yards of all-purpose yardage. Here's Huntley trying to make people miss, and he's going to fight for about a half a yard there.
The more lateral Huntley goes, the worse the run is.
Right.
Typically. It really
downhill,
is.
man, downhill.
He needs to be downhill, shoulder square. When he starts to bounce, bad things happen.
1,000-yard seasons in 17 and 19. Flitt takes a look, fires, caught, and it's a touchdown. Yo-Hines Tyler. The pitch and catch, 33 yards. Ball State's got the lead by 3.
Man-to-man coverage. They threw the fade, and Yo-Hines Tyler just outbodied him. Look at it. Nice release, gets him off of him. Beautiful throw by Plitt. I mean, that is perfect. Wasn't even bad coverage by Gerard Vines, but it's a perfect throw, and Yo-Hines Tyler has got that big body.
Had the perfect amount of mustard on it, right? Yo-Hines. Point after's good, a 4-point lead for the Cardinals. 3 plays, 65 yards, 105, second straight year. Tyler's got a touchdown in this matchup.
Plitt with a beautiful throw to Yo-Hines Tyler for a yo touchdown.
That's
for
right.
Ball State. Let's take a look at that touchdown. I want you to just watch Caleb Huntley and the safety Hernandez. It's kind of a half-hearted fake to Huntley, but it causes Hernandez to step up, and that's all they needed. You know, there's no safety to that side then, because that half-hearted fake to Huntley causes the safety to step up, so it's pure man-to-man, no help back there.
So there's the scoring summary. 65 seconds. 3 plays, 65 yards. Caleb Huntley watching on, and Yo-Hines Tyler 4 grabs, 64, 33 on the touchdown. Last year, 3 catches for 69. Had a 29-yard touchdown, so he's liking playing these Eagles of Eastern Michigan. And Ball State's now on top by 4 with 10 to play in the 4th. Fair catch is made. They'll have it 1st and 10 from the 25 as Williams with a fair catch. And the Eagles, Ross, they've been out of sorts here, it seems, in the second half. They just haven't seemed to be in a good rhythm, have they?
Well, look, in their first 4 drives, they had 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Last 5 drives, they haven't been able to get down near the goal line. Credit Ball State's defense, too. I mean, I know Eastern Michigan's been out of sync a little bit, but Tyler Stockton, his defense, we said they got to get a stop. They've gotten a bunch of them.
They have. So from the 25, Hutchinson, 15 out of 27. He's thrown for 168, rushed for 101. He's passed for 1, run for 2 tonight for the Eagles. Gonna keep this one on the fake to Evans. Physical tackle made there as Hutchinson dropped by Brandon Martin.
Brandon Martin's having a whale of a game. He has been everywhere. They call him the leader, the heart and soul of the defense, and he's played like it tonight.
Injured last year, missed the entire year. He came into this game with almost 140 tackles, 2 shy of it. To your point, he's played well. Hutchinson the fake. Canoe the catch, and he comes up with it, and he's got the first down out to the 38-yard line. Tackle made by Nick Jones.
Nice design there. They call that a shallow cross when the receiver runs barely even past the line of scrimmage. It's usually in front of the second-level defenders, the linebackers, but by the time they catch it, they're able to turn upfield and get a decent amount of yardage.
Evans, the running back, behind Hutchinson. 21 first downs tonight for Eastern Michigan to this point. Evans with the rock. Tough running in there. Took it out to the, they're going to give him almost a 42. A little extracurricular after the whistle there between Antonio Phillips and Brian Dooley, the right tackle for Eastern Michigan.
You know, Creighton did something with that shield at halftime.
I was going to say, it hasn't fogged at all.
He put some defogger on there, defroster, because he was all fogged up in the first half, and you can see it glistening. He sprayed something on that.
Well, there's, you know me, I'm going to go hockey a couple times a game. There is a spray and some, what's the word I'm looking for, thing you can put on there to keep that fog out of there, to keep it from fogging up. It's probably that. Here's Evans, left side to the 43-yard line. 3rd and 5 coming up. Jalen Thomas to stop.
And this is yet another big down here. Look at that. Who wore it better? The mascot on the left or Creighton on the right? You know, it was definitely the mascot.
Yes.
When Creighton was all fogged up.
Right.
But now that he put the defogger fluid on it.
Good look. 3rd and 5 here. Under 8 to play. Eastern Michigan down 4.
Making a check here.
Yep. Eastern Michigan 1 of 6 on 3rd down in the second half.
Another one, better snap it.
Yeah, they got it off in time. Evans, well short. Well short. Stop made by Jordan Williams and Brandon Martin.
Boy, I'm stunned.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, you have 2 audibles.
Yep.
To hand the ball off on 3rd and 5, a straight dive to the right. I guess they already knew that they were going to go for it on 4th down. I don't know about this one. 4th and 3, that's a long 3 from your own 45. Do they just try to get him to jump, or do they actually go for it here? Gutsy call here by Creighton.
Yeah, it is. They need the 48-yard line. Hutchinson keeps it. They don't get it. Ball State comes up with a stop at the 45-yard line. Huge stop made by the Michigan product, Jack Sape out of Bloomfield Hills. Turnover on downs, Cardinal ball.
Boy, I didn't like the decision to go for it, and the play call option to the short side. It's almost like Hutchinson predetermined. Watch Sape and the play he'll make on Hutchinson. It's like Hutchinson predetermined he was going to take it. Fakes it, and it was a poor block on Sape. You know, City Sal right there, he's going to make that block. The left guard, if he makes that block on Sape, Hutchinson gets the first down easily.
So here's Ball State trying to extend their lead. Huntley! Huntley spinning! What a run by Caleb Huntley! Oh, he is fun to watch. Power. He's got a little B button in him. Gain of 21.
No, he's not Caleb Huntley. He's Hot Rod Huntley right now. And he is running hot. Look at this, coming into your living room. That's a scary sight. That's a big man. 5'10", 230. Guys are bouncing off. You better wrap up, Hernandez. You guys got to wrap up. I mean, he's got some quads. Quadzilla.
144 on the ground for him so far. Why not? Feed him again. And a short pickup of a yard there. So last season I mentioned he had 152 against Eastern Michigan on 29 carries.
How great is the MAC, by the way?
I've done games in this conference since '04. I love doing games in this conference.
Now, I swear every game is like this. 4-point game, 6 minutes left. Every game is, as my buddy Paulie Pabst would say, snug, cozy, just the way we like it.
Under 6 to play in the 4th. Flit, and he had Hall, and off the mark, stops the clock. 5:46 to go, 3rd and 9 coming up for the Cardinals.
I think they had the right idea to try to get the ball to Hall away from the direction where they had been running, but just a little bit too hot for him to handle. You know, before, one time Plitt threw it behind him and it really hurt his ability to make yards. That time he led him a little bit too much. That's a harder throw than you think, they tell me.
Yeah, as I mentioned, it stopped the clock. Pressure coming. Plitt. It is caught by Davis. They don't get the first down, but they get it to the 17-yard line. Tackle made by Jeff Hubbard. So 4th down coming up. Clock moving. 4th and 2.
Yeah, they're going to kick a field goal here to go up by a full touchdown.
Yep.
That makes sense, especially the way their defense has been playing.
So they bring on Jack Knight. Lewis kicked a 51-yarder earlier in this game, but he's their kickoff guy, stronger leg at this point of his college career. And Knight's going to try one here from 34. Good snap, good hold. Knight comes on, and that money kick is good. Up and through, 31-24 with 5:02 to go. Wednesday night action in Muncie. Mike New and Ball State watching this one go up and through to extend the lead to 7.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Tums. Goes to work in seconds for fast heartburn relief. And by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. What's your beef?
Chilly night here in Muncie, Indiana. Upper 30s about now, the air temp, and no fog on that face shield, Ross.
No.
It's been clean all night.
And I don't think he's had to do the defroster thing either. This is awesome. 1-score game. Eastern Michigan gets the ball, down a touchdown.
Yep. Last year, Ball State won by 6 in Ypsilanti. A strip sack. The final play of that game was the difference. And in the second half, some key moving pictures we'll look at now.
Well, it's been a lot of my guy, Hot Rod Huntley. I just made that up. Definitely not really his nickname. And then Plitt able to get the 2-point conversion to Yo Hines Tyler.
Not a mustard.
Ryland from good old Central Pennsylvania off the upright, plenty of leg, and then beautiful throw and catch from Plitt to Yo Hines Tyler right there for Ball State. And they make another field goal, and they are up by a touchdown. Eastern Michigan needs to get it back in gear, and I think they'll rely on Hutchinson's legs. That's been their most effective way of moving the football tonight.
He's over 100 on the ground. Pair of touchdowns on the ground. 5 to play in the game. Samson Evans, left side, clogged up over there. He'll manage to follow the lineman on that side and pick up 3 or 4. Brandon Martin leading the charge with a tackle.
They went with the old triple pull there.
Again.
I mean, the backside tackle is really just folding around to try to pick up the backside linebacker, but it still looks cool.
They call it a gain of 3. Hutchinson going to the air, got Cano, he's got it! Cano trying to outrun him! 3 after him, Cano dives! And touchdown! What an effort! Tanner Cano, 72 yards and in! A point away from a tie game.
Tanner Cano was rolling downhill or downstream, maybe we should say.
Yep.
Look at that. Ooh, the knee's down. He's short.
Yep.
He's short. They got to review this. He was down at about the 3/4 of a yard line. Their right knee was down before the ball broke the plane.
Yep. They're going to try and get the play off, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Ruling of the field was a touchdown. The previous play is under review.
Yeah, it is.
Sure is. So this goes upstairs. Don Bondi, our replay official.
And this should be quick.
This should
The
be.
right knee was down at about the half-yard line, right there.
To 2.
Right, his right knee's down at the 2. The ball's at about the 1.
Yep.
I mean, it's not even close to a touchdown, really.
Yeah.
Watch. Right knee down there at the 2. I'm going to say he's at the 3/4 of a yard line.
All right. You know, Don came in before the game, and one of the things we talked about was it's not a written rule that the review should take 2 minutes. It's a suggestion this year that they've tried to keep the game moving and all those things. They're going to take a look, and let's look back at what Tanner Canu did to paddle his way inside of the 5-yard line.
Nice, nice.
And Hutchinson, high school teammates, here it is, Ross.
So he's in the slot, and he just runs a 9 route deep down the field. They're in zone coverage, and watch him run away from Nick Jones. I mean, look at the jets he's got. Dives for the
After
pylon.
review, the ruling on the field has changed. The runner was down inside with the ball inside the 1-yard line. The ball will be 1st and goal inside the 1. The clock is correct.
You got it. You nailed it, Ross. 3/4 yard line.
Oh, he's fogging again. He's fogging up again now after that call.
I would be too after that, but it was the right call. Tape doesn't lie.
Wow, what a huge play that was. Right down the seam. What a luxury it is, too, to have high school teammates like that where they just, they're in sync.
Yep. It's a great thing for a quarterback. You have that security of knowing the guy, knowing his tendencies, he knows yours. So it's 1st and goal just inside the 1-yard line.
Samson Evans is a hard-charging running back.
Yep.
So he could give it to him. They've also had success with some of the quarterback run game, quarterback power stuff. Those are their 2 best options here.
On 1st and goal, Hutchinson got another one. His 3rd on the ground tonight. And we're a point away from being tied again. 31-30 Ball State, 4:12 to go in the 4th.
It was quarterback power. I love it. Off the jet motion. Watch my big man, City Sal, up into the hole. This is beautiful. Down blocks, down blocks. Here comes 62. Boom! Right there in the linebacker. I mean, that's tough. You get all the down blocks. They got good angles on the play side. City Sal, number 62, comes around. Quarterback power is such an awesome play because you have essentially an extra blocker.
Big extra point. Ryland is true. And we're tied at 31 with 4:12 left in the 4th. 3 plays, 75 yards, took 50 seconds.
They had not been able to score for a while, so they went back to the Mason, Ohio connection. And then Hutchinson, the other part of that connection from Mason, Ohio, gets it in. We got a tie ball game.
I've been given 30.
4:12 left in the 4th, tied up at 31 apiece here in Muncie. MAC-West battle between longtime rivals Eastern Michigan and Ball State. Both kickers have worked tonight for Ball State. I'm sure they're thinking touchdown, though. They don't want the field goal. They want to get 6.
Yeah, and they got 4 minutes.
Yeah,
3 times. I mean, heck, the way action is, there'll probably be 2 or 3 more scores in the last 4 minutes here.
There could be. Ball State had a drive that was a little over a minute. That one for Eastern Michigan took about a minute.
What an answer by Eastern Michigan.
Big time.
They hadn't done anything on offense in a long time.
Yep.
But Tanner Canu.
Both teams looking for their first wins here in 2020. The MAC playing just 6 games. Open the schedule with crossover games. Justin Hall on the return. The rest of the way, the final 5, as Ross said, the drive for 5. They're all division games. Take a look at tonight's Old Trapper player of the game, the workhorse for Ball State.
Really enjoy his style of running. He's got those short, choppy steps, but a lot of power in his lower body. He looks like he's almost wearing a rib protector, but he's not. That's just his girth. Look at him.
He's almost big young lad.
Almost looks like a quarterback wearing a rib guard there.
You know, and you know, we talk with Mike New, of course, and the coordinators as Huntley goes to work here. And the first thing he talked about with us, he said it didn't sit well. Their game from last week, we have to deliver.
Right, and right about now, at least he was thinking about how they weren't able to deliver on defense there.
Right.
When they had it, but they still have their chance. Ideally here, you know, you'd milk the whole clock, long clock-eating drive.
Yep.
You know, they rarely go this slowly.
Right.
So you know that they're trying to shorten the game.
Saw the offensive coordinator without the hat, Kevin Lynch, the head coach, Mike New. Look at Huntley here, powering his way ahead. My goodness. Out to the 41-yard line. And they move the sticks again, a gain of 13.
You know, he doesn't get tired either.
No.
He wears them down. It's like he's a Derrick Henry of the MAC. Gets better the more carries he gets.
Last 2 years these two teams have played, he's had big nights. And there's a big play by the Eastern Michigan front. Michael Smith Jr. gets in there to make the play.
And that's gigantic because it takes them totally off schedule.
Sure does.
They have been getting chunks on the run game, and there's a flag too.
Yeah, back in the second level is where that flag was.
Well, you got to decline that, right?
Personal foul, tripping, number 72 offense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
That's the center, Anthony Todd.
Well, I thought it was a hold, but it's a trip. Take a look at the center, Anthony Todd, right there.
Okay.
This better be blatant or I'm going to get mad, Ben. Let's watch him.
Well,
it's tough to see there.
On that angle, yeah, I'm sure we got other looks of it. Smith celebrating afterwards. Getting to Drew Plitt.
So I think that's why you take the penalty, because it's a personal foul. It's 15 yards.
Right.
Because if it was only 10 yards, I'd rather have 2nd and 15 than 1st and 20.
Yeah.
I think I'd still rather have 2nd and 15 even than 1st and 25.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you're giving them a whole other down. You're running out of time here too. That's a tough call. They have math people that help them with that.
Yeah.
They have analytics dudes.
Math and analytics, 7 penalties on Ball State, 5 on Eastern Michigan, 2:45 and counting left, tied at 31. Here's Hall trying to get through there, secured the ball. Nice work on a Hall. He got a big chunk of it back there out to the 36-yard line. Tackle made by Wu Scott, one of their defensive tackles, big number 98 there.
Unbelievable hustle by Wu Scott, by the way.
Yeah.
Another guy in the all-name team. WOO, 6'2", 230.
330.
330, yeah. He just 230 was 6th grade. He just chased down Justin Hall from behind.
Yep. Product of Little Rock, Arkansas. Hall goes in motion. They fake to Huntley. Plitt in trouble. Eastern Michigan bringing the heat. And Plitt had to be very careful. That ball was out.
Yeah, you can't take that sack there.
Yeah, and
got to throw the ball away. Good job by Chris Creighton calling timeout, because now Eastern Michigan's going to get the ball.
Turan Rush made the play. Clock's still running.
I don't understand. I just saw Creighton run down the field. I don't know why the clock's still running.
Yeah, they got to fix
It will
that.
run 30
you were right,
seconds.
Ross.
Please set the game clock to 1:57.
There you go.
Thank
from
you.
Sujak. So it's 3rd and 19 now.
You know, this is what we were talking about. All game this week, all game last week. Mike New told us last week they ran the 2-minute drill every single day in practice. And to be honest with you, last week and this week, it doesn't look like it. I mean, I'm not being sarcastic.
I understand.
I'm
No,
just
I know
saying,
you're not.
Last week it looked poor. The last 2 plays looked poor.
Yeah.
Now you have 3rd and 19. I doubt they'll be super aggressive here. Probably some type of screen to Hall underneath or to Huntley, see if they can get a couple blocks and pick up the yardage, force Eastern Michigan to use their last timeout.
Third and 19 coming up here. Plitt from the shotgun, the kickers. Lewis made a 51-yarder earlier. Knight standing in. Plitt fires near the marker. It is caught. and they wrestle him down, and I think by wrestling him down, Antoine Davis got the first down.
Wow, what a clutch throw by Drew Plitt. Good for that young man after what happened last week. It was a comeback route. Watch him in the middle. He's the middle of the three receivers. Gonna run him off, stop, little comeback, ball's right on him. Runs through a tackle, powers through. That's that weight room strength right there.
Yeah, and they give it off to Huntley here, up the gut, inside of the 45, gain of 5. There's Kevin Lynch. Clock continues to run with 1 minute and 20 seconds left now.
Still have all 3 timeouts.
Yep, Eastern
Plenty
with
of
just
time.
1. Huntley to the outside, Caleb Huntley, and he gets out of bounds, picks up the first down to the 35, a gain of 9.
What you don't want to do here is settle for a field goal. There's absolutely, I mean, they are rolling right now on the ground. You don't want to settle for a field goal.
Timeout for an injured player on the defense.
There's the word. So Knight, if they go that route, appears to be the guy they would call on. Lewis has got the stronger leg. Kicked one from 51. The player down keeps tapping on the back of his right leg there. Caleb Huntley with a monster night. 31 carries, 179, 2 touchdowns.
I think sometimes the mistake that coaches at every level make is they get in field goal range towards the end of games and they think, okay, we don't want to mess this up.
Right.
We want to take time off the clock. You know, we know our kicker has good accuracy from this level. And it's Wu Scott who's coming off.
Yep.
I think it's a mistake. I think they get a little bit too conservative in these situations. You're still at the 35-yard line. That is a 52-yard field goal. That is far from a gimme.
Right.
At any level, certainly here.
Now Lewis has come over. They're both in there, getting loose. Keeping us guessing here, man.
They got both kickers warming up. Don't they have 2 nets? You got 2 kickers, let's get them a second net so they can each warm up at the same time.
1:11 to play in the 4th. 1st and 10, Ball State. Huntley's got it, Huntley! All the way through that defense, taken down at the 17-yard line. Gain of 18.
And I said this last week, Ben, right around the same time. If you're Eastern Michigan now, you got to think about letting them score.
Right.
Because now it's a relatively easy field goal. Now it's a 35-yarder. I think you strongly consider letting them score here.
Well, Chris Creighton did. We did the game 4 years ago here, and it was a 48-41 win, and Brogan Roback let him back. This is Will Jones. Jones is tripped up.
That's best case scenario right there.
It is. You're right. Tonight's Red Zone brought to you by Verizon. So 1st and goal. Hernandez slow to get up here, Ross.
And him getting tackled was the best thing that could have happened to Ball State.
You're right.
Eastern.
Watch this. Hernandez comes in.
And final.
Look, just grabs that right foot.
Heel in the mouth.
Right, but now they're going to be able to get the ball in the middle of the field.
Yep.
Get the clock all the way down and kick essentially an extra point. It's a positive that he got tackled right there.
Yep.
Because if he scores a touchdown, there's 40 seconds left maybe, and then Eastern Michigan has a chance going the other way with a timeout still.
Yep. So it's all in Ball State's hands right now. Eastern Michigan can't stop the clock.
You know, my philosophy on this has changed so much. You watch the Indiana-Penn State game, the Falcons-Detroit Lions game. You know, you get to these situations where your best chance to win the football game is to let them score a touchdown. And I know it goes against a lot of people, what they believe in. And Chris Creighton told us that's how he felt 4 years ago.
He did, yeah. He did, and it goes against about everything when you're playing defense. So on comes Ball State. Eastern Michigan out there. Creighton getting that face shield clean. 9 plays currently on this drive. 71 yards. 3.5 minutes. Plitt, hands off. Huntley.
They were going to let him score.
Yeah.
They were letting him.
They were.
They were letting him, and he knew better.
Yep, he went down.
They tried to make it seem like they weren't going to let him score, but they were trying to let him score there. Watch this. Watch. Not a great effort. Eastern Michigan's not really trying their hardest there. Maybe not. Maybe they weren't. Boy, it's a bad defense there if they weren't trying to let them score.
So there's a timeout by Mike New. They've got 2 left, 10 seconds left here.
You know what? I really thought, based on watching the line of scrimmage get knocked back and the linebackers, how soft they were.
That they were?
Michigan, I thought they were trying to let them score.
It appeared that way.
Charge
Looking at it live
timeout.
up here, I'm with you on that.
Ball State.
But watching the replay, they were not. They were trying to stop them.
Yeah, they just got pushed back. So 10 seconds remain.
I mean, this is closer than an extra point at this point.
Yes. The ball is at the 1. Mike New and his guys, their home opener. 0-1, tough loss for them last week on our air with my partner on the call. I was on my couch, by the way, chilling that one.
Well,
watching
now
that one.
and now at this point, you can either take a knee here and then kick the chip shot field goal, or you can give the ball to number 2, Huntley.
Yep.
Because now it's fine if you score.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not even enough time for Eastern Michigan to do anything on the back
Correction.
end.
Right.
Ball State has 2 timeouts remaining.
Housekeeping there from Sujak.
They're giving it to Huntley.
Oh,
and
for
he's
sure.
coming downhill right now.
He's coming right at him. 10 seconds to go.
Make sure quarterback center exchange, running back 2 hands on the football. The only thing you can't do is fumble.
Hand off, Huntley. And he powers his way in, right side, touchdown. Ball State, 6 seconds left. The point after coming up in a 37-31 lead for the Cardinals.
Well, that is fitting. That young man deserves it. What a workhorse he is. An absolute beast. And Mike New, that's got to feel good after what happened last week and so many close games last year.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's smiling under his gaiter there.
Yeah. So to make this 38-31, a
Rolling on the field
7-point
because of
game.
touchdown. Previous play is under review.
They want to make sure that he got in. So Greg Sujak will hop on with Dennis Jackson, the communicator. Don Bondi, our replay official, will take a look. Sujak's got to go a long way, all the way back down to the 10-yard line at this end of the field where we're at.
Man, from where we are, I didn't even think it was close.
I didn't either. Called it a touchdown, of course, on the field.
You know what we're going to get after the extra point, right?
Crazy return.
A Stanford band play.
Right. Bands on the field. Bands on the field. Here we go.
It was a pretty. I mean, I guess they stood. What are we talking about? He's in by a lot.
Try this angle.
I mean, he gets stuffed there for a second, but then he reaches across.
Backed his way in.
I mean, the ball was across the plane for like 2 seconds there.
Sure was.
This might be the best angle.
I mean, it's never in question whether his body touched the ground.
No, I guess, or were they looking to see when the ball came out at the end? Were they looking to see if he fumbled before he broke the plane? He easily broke the plane.
Right.
And by the way, I'll just say this, Ben.
What do you got?
This is one of the negatives of college football.
Yep.
You know, that Notre Dame Clemson game, I think I lost track how many reviews there was at the end of the game and in overtime. We are now reviewing a play. Unless I'm mistaken, he easily scored a touchdown.
Yep.
He's in right there. Then he reaches the ball over right
After
there.
review, the ruling of a touchdown stands.
And I'm all for making sure you got it right.
I'm with you, but that kills the momentum.
It kind of makes it anticlimactic,
Yeah,
you know?
it does.
I mean, there's
It
people
really does.
watching the game that are really into it.
And they're yelling at us.
And it's not me, trust me.
So it is good. 6 seconds remain. 6-point lead for Ball State. Jack Knight. The holder is the punter, Nathan Snyder. Joseph Greenwood, the long snapper. Good snap, good hold, and that one's up and good. And it's a 7-point lead. 6 seconds remain.
And now it's time to get nuts.
Yep.
It's going to be a squib kick, I would imagine. Look at that guy.
How about this, Ross? You ready for his numbers? 34 rushes, 204 yards, and you know I love saying this, a hat trick of touchdowns.
He reminds me of some of the old Steelers running backs. Barry Foster, Bam Morris. Stop.
Jerome Bettis.
I mean, it's the Steelers.
It's not scripted.
The Steelers had a run of 15 years there
Yeah.
where you had to have a gut to be the Steelers running back. You had to have a belly.
That's right, exactly. So Eastern Michigan diagramming what they hope to execute here.
Yeah, I mean, look, we saw this from Rutgers a couple weeks ago. These plays can be crazy. You're more than likely to see a squib kick from Ball State.
Right.
And out there, look, everybody out there is a baller.
Yep.
For Eastern Michigan. They don't have any blockers out there. All those guys are receivers, DBs, wide receivers. They can all run. They can all lateral it behind them.
Yep.
Let's get nuts.
There's the alignment. 6 ticks of the clock remain here in Muncie. Ball State on top 7. Handling this one will be their kickoff specialist, Jacob Lewis, who stuck a field goal from 51 earlier. And right now he's trying to help put this one away for the Cardinals. Under it at the 17, the Eagles. There's the pass back, and the ball's loose, and Eastern Michigan cannot convert, cannot execute the play, and that is the ball game, folks. Ball State wins its home opener.
The ruling on the field is of a backward pass that hit the ground and recovered by the kicking team.
38-31. Gutty win for Plitt and company tonight, Ross.
The exact same score as a week ago.
Yes.
Except this week, Ball State is on the other side of it. An absolutely gigantic win for their program after how last week ended, especially to come back. They were down 21-7, came all the way back to get this win. And the drive for 5 is still alive for the Ball State Cardinals.
Indeed it is. Chris Creighton and Eastern Michigan make the bus ride about 3.5 hours back to Michigan. They come up short here. They're 0-2. Ball State wins it. They're 1-1. 7-point win for the Cardinals here tonight. We're back with more after this. What a great ball game here tonight. Ball State gets its first win in 2020. And afterwards, singing the fight song with the fans that are here. And what a win, what a way to get the first W of 2020. What a year it's been. Mike Newsman kind enough to join us. Coach, you said to us, we have to deliver. Your team delivered tonight. How's this feel?
Yeah, I'm proud. We obviously had some turnovers there in the first half. We had several penalties. Wasn't a great first half of football for us. So I was proud of the guys when we came out at halftime. We knew we'd had to put together a good second half here. Eastern Michigan's a good football team. Chris Creighton's done a great job. I'm just proud of our guys, man. The fourth quarter, we challenged ourselves at the beginning of that fourth quarter. So let's play our best quarter of football here. Let's fly around, keep competing, have each other's back. And it was great to see put a stamp on it there at the end and keep riding Caleb Huntley, man. That guy's special.
You mentioned Caleb Huntley, Coach. 34 bone-rattling carries, 204 yards. I think if we went to overtime, you would have kept giving him the ball.
That guy is a dog. Golly, I'm sure glad he's wearing number 2 for the Ball State Cardinals. Special player, and one of the most unselfish guys, most humble guys you'll ever meet, and great to see him deliver there in a critical situation. Great job by the big guys up front, the offensive linemen. Never get enough credit, and those guys just battled and fought all night long, and really proud of that effort there to finish the deal.
Coach, let's talk about your quarterback, Drew Plitt. How happy are you for him after what happened last week to throw that comeback route to Antoine Davis, 3rd and 19, really ends up being the play of the game?
No question about it. Obviously we were on the sideline. We ran the play earlier in the game. We had a jet motion with it when we ran it early in the game. So we came back. Obviously we felt good about protecting it up there. And Antoine really, after he made that catch, he still had to fight for a few yards there to get the first down. But what a huge delivery there by Drew Plitt. Critical moment. Love having number 9 in those clutch situations, and really happy for him to respond the way he did.
Mike, thanks for the hospitality. It's always fun to do your games. This was a classic. Thanks for the time. Go celebrate with your team. We'll see you next time.
I appreciate you guys very much.
Likewise, right back at you. Mike New, head coach of Ball State. His team comes out on top, 38-31 here tonight. What a game. Wednesday night action, everybody. For Ross Tucker, all of our crew, my name is Ben Holden. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. It was our pleasure to bring it to you. It's been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Happy Veterans Day to all those that served and are serving our great nation. Until next time, we'll talk to you then. We send you now to Poker Night in America.